And just like that, we live once again. It's Good Saturday.
This is Good Cold Saturday, baby.
Yes,
Welcome
she's
to
chilly.
a very chilly. Baby, I feel like if it was like a hot box, it would be kind of fishy. No shade.
You know what? I want to leave so bad, but it's the opener, so
Listen, I'm next to the Detroit River, and whenever it's about 90 degrees outside, she's kind of fishy. So, my bad. Welcome to King Carry, where we key.
yeah, we carry.
I'm Troy.
I'm Damon.
And we are back with another live review for you guys,
Yes.
baby. Chasing Atlanta Forever, Season 6, Episodes 12 and 13. Series finale. It's the series finale. So this is the series finale. Chasing Atlanta.
Series finale and season finale.
Yes.
So I guess series finale. Yeah,
that's a lot going on, baby. But shout out to Chasing. Shout out to everybody that's gonna join us on this Good Saturday. Shout out to everybody that's gonna watch this on the playback.
Can I highlight some comments? Not to cut you off,
go ahead.
Because we just had some sitting here for us, so I appreciate it. Shout out to Will, who was here before we went live. He was a little late, but he said I got so much to say about Tonka, this weight loss surgery, and the mental abuse he takes from Kane. Okay, because we're gonna get into it. It's a lot to get into. So buckle up, y'all. But yeah, he said he was early. Thank you for being here, Will. Thank you for being here early. And then also Ashley Monet, who just popped up. Thank you for being
here, Ashley.
Good to see you, Ashley. But
we hope you guys are staying warm first and foremost. If you're off today, baby, we hope you got you a little drinky drink.
Yes. I'm about to pop a thingy this on this drinky drink. Okay.
But if you guys are like out working or on the road, we hope that you guys are staying safe and warm and bundled up because this weather is just unforgivable. But the review for tonight's format, let me say the review for the double feature tonight, baby, because we love a double feature. But the format for the review will be 2 favorite moments, funniest moment, shadiest moment, best fit, favorite of the episode, least favorite of the episode. Did I say best fit already? I'm sorry.
Oh no, you good. Yeah, you said best fit, fave of the episode.
Favorite of the episode, least favorite of the episode, letter grade of the episode, and then the lesson to be learned from the episode. So as always, we love you guys chime in the comments. And, so definitely feel free to drop your opinions in the comments you have in the chat below. Shout out to the people on the playback. If you guys have any opinions on the episode, or if you agree with anything that we say or disagree with anything that we say,
and feel free to not to cut you off, but also feel free the superlatives we have. Feel free to comment on those. What was your best fit? What was your shadiest moment? Who was your least favorite?
Also, to switch it up just a little bit for the favorite of the episode and then the least favorite. So, I want to ask you guys, like when we get to this session, or I guess this portion of the review, if you have like a favorite of the season and if you have like a least favorite of the season, that would kind of spice it up just a little bit. Just a little bit. But again, do you want to kick
Start it off? Yes. So 12th episode 12, second to last episode in the series. This episode was entitled, sorry, just looking through my notes, but a sudden Twix. So I guess before we like give our thoughts, like, or our thoughts on the actual episode, like what were your general thoughts of this episode specifically?
Oh my goodness, this episode was tea. I said King Kane, he smashed the homie, baby. In my DMX voice, it was Rico, Twix, Tonka, Jay, Dom, Tag, about 3 Waynes, okay, possibly Kendra, okay.
What's that? What's that song? I think is T-Pain on it. It's like naming off girls. It was this person. It was this person. I'm trying to think of the name of the song. Shawty is a 10 or something like that. I think that's the name of the song. But he like, it was Kiki, it was Monique. I think that's literally what this is giving. Like, that's what this is giving.
No, that's like, the dream. It was the dream.
The dream. Oh my God, the dream. Yes. Okay.
But
yeah,
yeah, I said
10.
this episode
But
was the literal definition of we go from fucking to fighting. This episode was a mess.
The cycle.
Also said this episode 12 was like very Twix heavy, where I felt like it was Twix heavy. Like no shade, but damn, did anybody else not have anything going on episode 12?
I mean, I could see why. I can see why. No shade. I see why. But
episode 12 was Twix heavy. But I said it was no shade because Oliver does have like a really like impeccable work ethic.
So, that's true. I'll give him that for sure. Yeah, I agree with you. I do feel like I do like the scenes where there's no drama, not gonna lie. Like the performances are really good. People meeting, speaking on like things to like start their businesses or like, provide upkeep for their businesses. I think those are really cool, but I feel like the drama is like so high that it's like it's kind of draining. Like Ashley Monet said, like this is too much for a finale. I mean, this isn't the finale, but like leading into the finale, it was too much. So yeah, I think this was a lot going on this episode. And we start to learn some things about, I guess things start to come out and things start to make more sense. I'll say that, I guess you could say. But what was your first moment from this episode that you want to highlight?
The showcase. So
okay.
I kind of feel like every time I say this, like I feel like people get tired of me saying this, but I love the showcases on Chasing. Anytime there's a performance, baby, I'm literally like on the edge of my seat just because it's so theatrical.
It's well done.
Yeah, it's well done. Like the showcases are like elite, top tier. So just seeing them on stage and doing what they do, rapping and vibing and just being in their artists and their craft, I always think it's fire. So the showcase from episode 12 was my first favorite moment from the episode. I just live for when they're in their bag.
I think their songs are both very catchy. Rico and Tonka.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they're both really catchy, and they both give different vibes. Like, Rico's gives more of like somber, more like he's singing, and then like Tonka's is more like upbeat. But no shade, I'll be doing something in my everyday life, just anywhere at any point, and just think, I blame me. It be stuck in my head. Like I feel like I feel like it gets very stuck in my head. Like it gets stuck in my head a lot. And I'm just like, so shout out to Rico for creating an earworm, I guess you could say. But yes, G Baby Huevi, yes. Thank you for being here on this cold Saturday. Hopefully you're somewhere warm. And she also agreed, yes. Yes, it's catchy.
It is catchy.
Especially him on the streets of Atlanta singing.
He should have been getting down in the rainstorm, baby.
Yeah,
he should have been
like the episode of Boondocks. Should have been in some silky slumber
and some silk pajamas in a rainstorm. So shout out to Casanova, baby.
Like, but so I guess you can call them freaking frack. Troy and Dom show up to support, which I think is super cool. And I guess they was tired. They be working, which I live for. But I said I can't fall asleep in public places. Troy, people in the chat, people watching, how do y'all feel? Like I just can't fall asleep in public places. It just seems so
I'm the same way.
Uncomfortable.
I guess it was, I won't say comfortable for them, but I guess it was kind of more.
They were just tired, I guess you could say.
Tired and maybe a little bit more relaxed because like they were amongst like their peers, friends, and there was a camera crew there, as opposed to kind of just being, I guess, at like a bus stop and being asleep. And
that's true. Yeah. Okay.
Around a bunch of strangers. Personally, still, I wouldn't be in a club sleep, even if I'm with like my friends, baby. If I'm sleeping in the club, I think it's time for me to take my drunk ass home. It's time for me to take my drunk ass home. No shit.
Now, what if somebody think it's shade and they throw water in your face? They're like, "Why are you sleeping during my performance?" Like, throw some water on their face.
That's petty as fuck.
And they won't even know who it was because by the time they wake up, you're gonna be down the street.
Not
Oh
splashing
my
them with water
god.
in the cup to wake them up.
Just a little splash, a little douse. You
Maybe it
know,
could be vodka. It could be
it could
vodka.
be, baby. That might be assault, baby. Them eyes
Tequila.
might be burning. Them eyes might be burning if it's some vodka, baby. And I just want to say, shout out to Spicy Original who just popped through. Good to see you. Yes, hearts
Yes, thank you for
everywhere.
being here. Shout out to everybody that
Yes, but
just feel like
I
we haven't
also
done a live review, or just feel like we haven't done a review.
in a
Look,
minute.
it
Yeah,
feels like we haven't done a live review in a minute.
right. I can tell because I have all this energy. I feel like, but I also wanted to know, not the boyfriend Shada Rico in the opener. I said, "Is this the appetizer?" And it's kind of cool because it's kind of like a storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's almost like it's a cool way to tell the story because it's like, okay, you got one dude that's like, okay, talking about his ex, and then it's crazy that like his ex shows up and performs a song that's probably about him. So it's just like, I wonder did anybody know the tea? Well, I mean, besides the people that know them, but like anybody that just showed up to the club, like, damn, it kind of sounded like he talking about the dude that was that performed before him. But oh my god! But
don't even know that Casanova put up to the man's house a few weeks ago and bust the windows out his car.
Child, that's crazy. I also want to say hello to I am Ray Serenity. Good to see you. Yes. She also said I'm gonna miss my King K reviews. Well, we this show may be over, but we still gonna be here. So I know they announced Chasing Orlando. We'll probably be reviewing that. We also are reviewing The Dolls, a Gemini Films production. So yeah,
and
if y'all wanna
we're still in the midst of reviewing the Come Up Atlanta. So
yes,
still be on the lookout for those reviews.
Yeah, maybe we can put you on to some shows, some interesting shows, you know. And I also want to say hey to Kim Bruley. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
Yes. Good to see
everybody
y'all.
That's here, baby.
Yes. But yeah. Okay, so my moment. It's hard to choose because it's like you got these like small scenes where it's like people just meet up to kind of talk about the drama. They're not really doing anything. And then you got like the end, or like you have Kane's party, which is like the explosion and like all of this drama and stuff. So I guess if I'm not choosing that, I wanted to choose Tonka surgery. I know probably something that people didn't really or may not have remembered maybe, but I thought that this was a cool scene, especially since like I've never had like a major surgery before. Not in this context. So like it's just interesting to see like what goes on before the person gets the surgery. And I think it was really cool that like Tonka had so much support. His sister was there, his mom was on the phone, Jay was there, Kane was there. Was he there? Kane wasn't there. He was there? Okay. I don't remember him saying anything. But yeah, they were all there for him and I just or her. So I think that was really cool, and just to like get, you know, I guess a further look into like the surgery and like kind of like seeing everybody like surround him and support. I keep saying him, her, was really nice. So it was a small scene, but
yeah, because you know we love support, especially supportive friends and supportive family members. So it's good to see anybody that's about to go under, I guess, such a traumatic experience just be surrounded by positivity and love. Because I know,
right,
Tonka going into it, her mouth was probably like heavy as hell, but
right, and it didn't hurt that the doctor was cute. I'm sorry, the doctor was cute. I was like, okay, look at you. I was like,
anytime I see an attractive doctor, I think of Tony Childs and her doctor and his not sterile tool.
Oh,
anyway,
let's hope this doctor is practicing you know, health and hygiene. Yes, the sterilization.
Okay. Up, baby. Anywho, I'm sorry, because that's not the sterile I'm talking about. It's wrap it up. It's wrap it up. Anywho, so you know I'm like nauseous, queasy. So I was kind of on edge during the scene because it was gonna be a nip tuck type of scenario. So I did just want to say shout out to Tonka and you know, successful surgery. I like to see. I thought the scene was cool, just to see her be surrounded by, you know, and then to see her post like surgery, like she was like, "Baby, I'm drugged up." And I was like, "What they give you? What you
Percocet? Percocet? No, I'm just playing. Well, the drugs must be working because Mama's was on the floor and was like, "I forgot I had that surgery." On the floor getting it. Like, I forgot I had that surgery.
Okay.
Listen, where she at on the floor? Oh my God. But I also want to talk about Jay. I also want to highlight how we get a look into I guess Jay's feelings towards Tonka. You know, this is Tonka's first season, so like, you know, when people say that they're friends, you never really know if they're actually friends or not. Like, if are y'all associates, like how close are y'all, you know? But they seem really close. Like, I liked seeing like Jay just kind of talk about his relationship with Tonka and like all the things that like they've been through together. I guess Tonka has offered him some support, so like it was nice to see Jay be there and asking questions. And like, you know, I know he can be a little abrasive at times, like doing a lot sometimes, but you could tell he really cares about Tonka. So I like that. I like to see that.
Okay. See, I think that's also, I'm on board with that. But like when you said, when you hear people say like, "Oh, that's my friend," I always think like, are y'all work friends or
right? What kind of friendship is it?
Are y'all just like friends because y'all in this circle together, or like y'all actually have a rapport outside of like the cameras and like? Because I'm not really calling anybody like my brother if we've been, I guess, hanging around each other for like a month. And I feel like that a lot of people do that. I mean, I guess that's always been a thing, but it's, at least for me, it's alarming. It's becoming like, it's just irritating because you be hanging with somebody for like a month. I was like, "Oh, that's my brother." Like, you don't even know this person. Like,
right. I feel like I'm the type of person where like I only have one brother and one sister. Like my siblings that I grew up with, like those are my siblings. Nobody else is, you know. And of course, I have really close relationships with my friends where they're almost like a brother or a sister. But like, I don't know. I just never really got into calling my friends that or whatever. But I get it because people, especially when you think of like ballroom, people like make family members, you know, because they maybe aren't close to their actual family members. So I get it. But like you said, like if it's a month or 2 months and it's like my sister, I'm kind of like, and somebody on this show has a habit of doing that. And I'm like, girl, like I would be so quick to call them family, but hey, that's your business. But
true.
But yeah, I just thought it was a interesting scene to highlight. But yeah, did you want to give your next scene or next moment that you want to highlight?
Did you want to get into some comments before?
Yeah. Let's see. Yes, G baby, who baby, and Tonka looks good. Yes, already lost 20 pounds. I said, period. Okay, I'm here for it. Yeah, glad to see that they came out healthy. Seemingly no complications. So, you know, yeah, I'm glad to see that she came out on the other side. Also said, okay, do y'all do other reality shows? Love and Marriage Huntsville, Bell Collective, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Maybe we should get into more of the mainstream. How do you feel about that, Troy? I don't know.
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad at it. I
just know other people review those shows, and it's like we're just another
like interesting. I was honestly thinking about reviewing like old school reality television shows.
Okay.
Charm School, Flavor of Love.
Okay,
the earlier seasons of like Love and Hip Hop, College Hill.
Ooh, College Hill would be good. We should review College Hill,
baby. But Love and Hip Hop for me, if it's like a seasons 1 to 4 of like Atlanta and New York, yeah, most definitely, but not anything current.
Got you. Okay. And then I Am Serenity said, I'm happy Tonka surgery went well because surgeries make me nervous. Just thinking you might not wake up is scary. Yeah, that's true. Like once they put you under, it's like there's no, there's no control. You're literally like on the table. Yeah,
and
like
kind of like heard, horror stories about people not really being all the way under like the anesthesia. And
yeah.
Even like
this nip tuck, baby. Thank God that they weren't her doctors. They're cosmetic surgeons, but still, like, the foolishness. But yeah, I get what you mean.
The unethicalness, baby. It is. Swapping fluids while you in the middle of surgery, and I didn't even see nip tuck, but it just gives that type of energy.
It happens. It definitely happens. But somebody said not the perk. I mean, you know, so some type of painkiller. But all right, don't mind me. I'm getting both hips replaced next week. I'm definitely a bit scared. Oh, well, we will definitely send you some positive energy, Ashley. Yes, you will definitely come out of it feeling good, looking good, you know, definitely. Our thoughts and positivity is with you. Let's see. Okay. Did you want to highlight more comments, or did you want to? Oh wait, I want to highlight this one. Everybody be friend, because I can't remember people's names. I'm kind of thick. Is this your final form? You went from damn I'm thick to Will to I'm kind of thick.
Yes.
I'm still dead on dead I'm thick. I need a t-shirt that says that for sure.
But yeah. My second favorite moment of episode 12 was just Kane's sex toy party.
Here we go.
Everything before the tussle, let me say, it's always a key when people come together for like an event and the energy off rip is just like, it's no longer like a networking event or just like a place for people to have fun. It turns into,
it's like they lose the professionalism.
Yes, it turns into the let out. So it goes from networking to the let out. And this event gave let out energy. To describe it. Ooh, so
no vehicular manslaughter, but definitely gave
okay.
Or homicide. I'm sorry, vehicular homicide.
Okay, vehicular homicide. No attempted murder. But I did want to say, you know, I'm kind of freaky. I like sex toys. So watching, you know, the cast, I guess, play with the toys and just be cordial, have fun with each other, and watching Kane demonstrate like what the toys do, and I was like,
that was a lie.
It was a lie, but I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I do want that face mask though. I will say that. I want that face mask. Anywho, that's not.
She's a little slutty. She's a little slutty. No, I'm just playing.
No slut shaming. We don't do that on Kid Carrie.
You're right. We don't. You're right.
Okay, Kane.
No, I ain't that bad. Nah, don't put that energy on.
I'm just joking. But yeah, I just thought it was cool to see them kind of just having fun with the toys. And I did want to note when I think Oliver said when everybody left out the party the first time, I should have took my black ass home. I was on board with that. If you're at an event or a party and there's like an argument, everybody goes outside.
Trust you're good.
That's trust you're good. Maybe Uber, Lyft. I don't know. Yeah. Knock a nigga off their skateboard or bike, hop on that bitch and just take your black ass off. That's the
type knock somebody off their skateboard.
Baby. Where
is my Uber? Like, for real.
Find you a set of wheels and keep it moving. That's the type of energy.
Yes. I was pretty bad. I just gotta highlight this because Ashton, when they said you about to put your order in. You know what? If Kane wasn't who they were, I would support that.
Yes,
but
I would. Yes, I see. Facts. If Kane wasn't over on that spectrum, then yeah, I would be
problematic.
I would have a whole, absolutely. I guess, plethora of just King Kane.
A whole wall.
A wall of Kane.
And the wall has like lights, like shining down on it. Like
it should be like a glass wall, like kind of like see-through.
Yes.
Kind of like the room that Uncle Elroy Sugar had, but it's dedicated to Kane and his toys. That's the type of time I'm
not that being Kane and Tonka. My goodness.
Uncle Elroy Sugar, baby. That's definitely what that's
giving. With that ball gag. I said
over the door, she was in there damn
right? Like,
and it will always be her trying to look and see what day was at the door for. I'm sorry, we just messed it
up. Yes, we are. But
yeah, shout out to Ashley on that. If Kane wasn't on that spectrum, if he wasn't problematic,
definitely putting your order in.
I would have an order in. Yes.
Yeah, this is when, and shout out to production, because this is when like the story just crescendos into like some extra shit, and it's just like, but yes, it's like everybody just lost all maturity, conflict resolution skills, volume control over their voice, like just all types of shit. But I guess we should just kind of go through it. I guess you could say it's your moment, so I don't want to control it, but
it was like a snowball effect, honestly, because Kane did say he wasn't gonna invite everybody to his event because he just knew that the energy was gonna be off. He ended up inviting everybody to this event. So, excuse me, it just I guess went left for me when Oliver said that Kane couldn't keep like his hands to himself, or like allegedly. Excuse me, I'm trying to like watch it. I'm trying to burn you, but you watch your damn mouth. Okay.
Sorry, it was on the tip of my tongue. I'm not gonna lie.
But so it's just crazy how it. First of all, Kane. I'm gonna say allegedly but Kane is with Tonka, and then Kane has like this tendency to kind of grope other people. I'm not gonna say kind of, but place his hands on other people in an inappropriate manner. That's where he lost me.
Kane, you know what's crazy?
It was a lot going on. It was a lot going on. One, because Oliver, it's told Kane. First, Kane is in a relationship with Tonka. It's always going to be just a whole messy, just shitty, just messy situation whenever you have a group of people or a group of friends who all had dealings with one person. And this one person is now in this friend group and now dating somebody that you call your friend. So if this is just me, I feel like I just would have separated myself from the friend group once I knew that Kane was going to be a part of this circle, and then he started to become closer to Tonka. The fact that Kane feels comfortable, like allegedly disrespecting Tonka, telling or feeling on Oliver, and then telling Oliver in front of Tonka, I should have chose you. Like, I'm like, this is a mess. Like I said, it went
boy to the highest degree.
To something that it should not have went to. It got hostile real quick. And it's crazy how on web series, like, the topic of sex always turns into something super hostile.
Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy.
It's weird.
I mean, kind of going back to what you were saying, like, with the whole, like, Kane messing with Tonka's friends and then being surprised that stuff is going left. I feel like, honestly, it kind of reminds me of Hot Boys. Shout out to the Real Hot Boys of Houston, which we also reviewed, some of our best videos. But it kind of reminds me of that, where they were in these sexual relationships with each other. And then, of course, like, I think most people know, like, if you're having sex with multiple people within a group, it's probably going to cause some issue unless you guys communicate and are open about it. But if not, it's going to cause some issues. So I feel like that's what's happening here. And it just seems like a common thing. Like, I don't want to say just within like the gay community, but like people having sex with people and not having boundaries, and then being surprised when it blows up in their face. When it blows up in their face, like when shit hits the fan, you know. So yeah, I agree. And then, like, even aside from like you being messy and sleeping with and continuing sexual relationships with your partner's friends, you're not like acknowledging their consent. Like, you're not acknowledging them not giving you consent. Like,
I guess the thing with, I'm sorry to cut you off, but
no,
the thing that I guess the problem that I have with Kane is like, he's like, oh well, Monday it was fine, but today it's like an issue, and it's like, no, bitch, if I said don't touch me, then don't touch me. I don't give a fuck if you filled me up an hour ago. If you come back to me an hour later and I tell you don't touch me, that's just it. Like, so I don't get this whole, oh, it was cool, like, you know, 2 days ago. And in my honest opinion, I really feel like Oliver has not had any type of sexual encounter with I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky tea, if you will. I kind of feel like Oliver has not hooked up with Kane since Kane and Tonka have been public with their relationship.
And that's another question that I have. I don't know. It might have been answered on the after show. I've been a bad boy. I didn't watch it. Sorry, but shout out to Andario and Jamar. But did they sleep together or did they not sleep together? I'm still confused because Kane is saying that they slept together. I'm inclined to believe him because he was very detailed about the situation. To to all of our, chagrin. He was very detailed about it. But Oliver is saying that they never slept together. They just kissed and he got felt up by Kane. So I'm still confused as to how far their relationship goes. But either way, like you said, they could have had sex. He could have groped him. They could have done all types of things together. The second somebody says that they are no longer interested and wants you to stop engaging with them, you need to stop.
Right.
And it's crazy that even in 2023, this happened in 2023, but it's crazy that it happening in 2023 and people still don't fully understand that. Consent is not something that it's not a library card where they give it to you, you just have it forever. You have to it's no, it can be revoked.
Right.
Like someone said, you could have touched me 5 minutes ago. You could be in the middle of touching me and I say stop.
Right.
It's over. It's what's so hard about that to understand. And
but I kind of to answer your question, I think somebody did mention, I think Oliver even told his therapist that he hadn't had well, you know what, that kind of not really, because Oliver told his therapist that he hadn't had a sexual relationship with Kane in over a year. That could have been any form of, so it didn't have to be intercourse for it to be intimate, let me say. So
because I think Tonka's issue, I think he had a small issue with Oliver, but I feel like it was more so because Oliver told Tonka that they had just kissed and made out. But then when Tonka went to speak to Kane, it's we had all this sex, this nasty sex. So I feel like it's Tonka's well, why did you tell me this? But when in reality it was this, But I don't know if that's the truth. So I don't know. But it don't even matter. Like we said, consent is consent. Yeah. It's crazy that y'all are grown ass adults who don't understand that. I just feel
right.
If somebody don't want to be touched, leave them alone. And honestly, I feel like that is the quickest way to get popped. I'm I'm not a fighter. I'm not the type of person that, is super confrontational, when it comes to fighting and stuff like that. But I feel like that's the easiest way for me to pop you is for me to tell you not to touch me. And then you decide to touch me anyway. No, even if it's sexual, baby, no, you're going to get this fade.
I'm the same way. I don't like people to invade my space. I kind of really don't like being touched in general, but to have a stranger, even touch my shoulder. And my coworkers have a habit of that. They feel like they have to touch me in order to have a
get your attention. Yeah.
It's get your fucking hands off me. It's just so weird. But like you said, I don't understand how in 2023, 2024, hell, in 1984, how people didn't understand or how people don't understand consent. And the way I know Kane is I don't want to say Kane is, well, he's lying about some stuff. I don't think he's lying about hooking up with Oliver. I don't think Oliver and Kane have had hooked up since, like I said, Kane and Tonka have been public about their relationship. But the way Kane is operating, or the just the way he was acting after the fight, throwing out the slurs and
I forgot all about that. Oh my god.
And calling him trashy ass names, and I was well, first of all, you and Oliver are the same skin color. So
I was where's the colorism? You know how people get mad and just they really reveal who they truly are, because it's just Kane. I feel like Kane has said some things throughout the season where it's bro, what? It's record scratch. What are you talking about? But I feel like people accept him because that's just Kane. He's crazy. He's funny. He's this. He's that. But it's like, nah. Some of the shit you've been saying, I'm like side eye. Like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, so I feel like that was one of those instances where it's like, I know you're mad, but like, still, like, you don't have to resort to colorism. That was already in you,
right?
You was already thinking about that. The anger just brought it out. So,
mind you, if you were intimate with Oliver, you claimed Oliver was like such a good friend, like Kane said, the instant you get mad at him, you flip, and he's a bunch of different slurs and like a bunch of degrading names. So you gotta watch out for people like that. Like the saying, when somebody shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Like, I like Tonka, but she's getting a whole slew of fucking red flags.
Yeah, baby, them flags are red, and
the time for like a 30-minute time frame, like they're back to back. So,
and I'm not to cut you off, but I'm a firm believer of, like, you know how people say, like, okay, like if you're dating somebody and like they talk about their ex in like a bad way, like like, oh, my ex was crazy, my ex was this and that. I feel like, you know how people say like that's like a red flag. Like, I feel like that's similar. That's this situation. Like, of course, Tonka knows who, I mean, they're not exes, but Tonka knows who Kane used to mess with. And I feel like if you're gonna treat them poorly, that could potentially be me. That's probably going to be me, because I'm not that different from, and Kane can say, oh, we didn't date, we just slept together. That's still somebody that you lay down with and swap fluids with. So you trusted them with your body. So you care about them on some level. Like, so to me, it's like that could potentially be Tonka. And that's what I would be thinking. Like, I'm not about to have you cussing me out, calling me all types of slurs, like
facts.
2 months from now, 2 years from now. So yeah.
Can we talk about the actual Rumble itself though? Because that damn Alex graphic, let's highlight some comments. Then we're gonna come back to that damn.
I was gonna bring that up.
Baby, I said, what in the graphic? Baby, the
not a comic book team.
Is baby.
Yes.
What kind of RPG is this?
My goodness. Shout out to Don for being here. The icon.
Yes, thank you for being here, Don. Shout out to everybody that's here on this Saturday, baby.
Yes, appreciate y'all. He said Pickens, she was telling me to calm down. That's all. Wait, let me go back to what Pickens said. So Pickens asked, I gotta ask, what was Seven whispering to you in the kitchen when you were arguing with Jay Twan? Oh, okay, yeah. I will say, shout out to Seven, because Seven was trying to calm the girls, like definitely trying to, because she even went to Jay Twan and was like, and this hit me. This actually might be my funniest moment, when she was like, calm down. He's like, I am calm. She's like, are you sure? He's like, yes, I'm sure I'm calm. He's like, why your shoes off then? Like,
I said,
why you got your shoes off?
This damn Laura Croft Tomb Raider catsuit, baby.
Do you think it's the lingerie that gets the girls hot and bothered, and that turns into violence? Because
it's the BBLs.
Chasing Dallas. That happened on Chasing
lingerie, Dallas. The BBLs, and then no shade, but the cheap Scotto and the cheap wine be having the girls ready to rumble. You bring out
Barefoot wouldn't do this. Barefoot wouldn't have the girls like this. Like,
you bring out some plastic pain and some cheap wine, and you got yourself a night you'll never forget.
Well, shout out to La Charles, because they their comment just went away. I was just looking for it. I'll find it, but he has something to add to that. Oh, here. Wait, no, that's not it. Oh, here we go. Okay. La Charles, shout out to La Charles the Great. Thank you for being here. Also had to add in conclusion, bad breaths, BBLs, and lap band surgeries are a party disaster. Why you gotta add in the lap band surgery? Jesus. Tonka was minding her business. But yes, the BBLs and bad breath, yes.
Now who got bad breath? Who was in a function with
Child Berlin, apparently. That's what
Twix did say her breath was hot.
Yeah.
Twix did say, can we get into that? Because she was real life pressed that Oliver did not.
So pressed.
That was my funny moment. But let me backtrack, because I'm sorry.
Can we go to the very beginning of the scene? I'm sorry. I just wanted to talk about, because I know this is like the biggest scene, so probably what we're gonna spend most of the time on. But the first issue, I didn't even know Wayne and Seven had an issue. I feel like so much happens on this so much happens on this season that it's like you almost forget that people don't like each other. Like certain people don't like each other. But I guess them like trying to squash their beef, and Kane talk about how he said he wasn't gonna respect her transition. I'm like, just because she said you was a bum ass manager, like you gotta come for her being trans. Like, is it really that serious? I said Wayne is so nutty. Something about him is just very like
unhinged.
It's very unhinged, but not like Jay Twan unhinged. It's like a different level of unhinged.
Okay, got you.
If that makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, Wayne is nutty. Jay Twan is just little. Yeah. What's Jack Nicholson's character in The Shining?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Oh,
no, not that.
Is it Jack?
He borderline Cuckoo Nest and borderline The Shining. Like if Twix was in a bathroom by himself, I'm pretty sure Jay Twan would come through with an axe. Like,
my goodness,
it's giving that. And he might
put his face in that hole. Like,
listen,
no. Jay Twan is the person putting their face through the hole. Jack Torrance. His wife is Twix.
Where does Berlin come into play in this situation? Is she gonna be the twins that was tormenting their son while he was on that tricycle?
Or is she the woman in the tub? Remember, it's like a beautiful woman, and then he making out with her, and then she becomes like a decrepit old. Not saying that, not shading her on that, but just saying like that would be her. But yeah, I was like, why you gotta come for her transition? And then I also screamed because, like we said, Berlin said the dry was high, or the dry was high. The high was dry. Like, I guess when Oliver spoke to her, he was like, I guess
what it was a general hello.
General hello.
And then Berlin was in her confession, like, oh, nobody came to my rescue. Like, Berlin, are you okay? I saw that. Like, girl, it's not that serious.
Yeah, I was like, girl, did he stab you? Like, did he call you out of your name? Like,
right. Like, did he assault you? Like, Oliver said that he said hi. Berlin went for the hug, and then she was in her feelings. I'm the same way. Like, if I don't want to, I'm entitled to not hug you.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. That's not right.
People feeling entitled to stuff. Like,
thank you.
Can't touch people asses. Berlin, you gotta give me where my hug at. Like, girl, like,
I'm sorry. Yeah. I like a good chunk of the people on this cast and that was at this party, but I would have let off with dog spray. I'm sorry. Shout out to Castodon. I would have
not you airing the bitch out.
I'm sorry.
You airing the bitch out.
I'm sorry. I would have told the people that I like, hey, go stand in this room and close it up for about 10 minutes. Everybody over here, let's talk right here. Y'all come sit right here and let's talk. Yeah,
baby, a taser. A taser.
That's a bit extreme. That's a bit extreme. We'll save the taser for another show. But yeah,
my goodness.
Baby.
But let me highlight a couple more.
Tight over the hug, but
was strange. I just want to say shout out to the chat because the chat is jumping. Yes. Thank y'all for being here.
Thank y'all for being here. We've been talking about this party, and I noticed like the chat was just
So let me highlight a couple comments. I also screamed when Kendra said, "Beyonce knows." Kendra was keying. That's another I guess Kendra positive part.
Great comedic timing.
When she walked up them steps with all them chips in her cleavage, I screamed. I said yes. I'm here for it. Le Charles the Great said, I really feel like Oliver saying Berlin's breath was hot was character assassination. Did she get kicked off the flight for bad?
My goodness.
Le Charles, I can't. I feel so bad for laughing at that, but not kicked off the flight for bad
breath, baby.
Wouldn't even let her on the flight, man. Like, man,
you can't open a window on the airplane, baby. So
you really can't.
You can take the knife. You can take the red eye where you gotta go, baby.
Baby, not somebody opening the emergency exit so they can get some fresh air. Like, I'm gonna risk it all because I need some fresh air.
Yeah, some fresh air.
Breath is breath.
It is. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Seven looks so damn good in that blue. That's her color. Oh yes, at the party.
It's kind of giving a TLC creep. She just needed the robe.
Yes, I was here for it. Also liked Wayne's fit. I wasn't so crazy about the red hair, but I did like the silk. But it went well against his skin.
We're gonna talk about Wayne and his wig.
We're gonna talk about it because it's almost like he just took some acrylic paint and just painted. You know how when people dye their hair and it's like wet and it's like all over the place? I feel like that's how his hair looks all the time. Like
it's
right
either too
when you're
wet
dyeing
or it's
it.
lifting somewhere. No shade.
There we go. I Serenity said, Nick, I love how you controlled you because I wanted you to pop on Jay Twan so bad when he slid next to you. Yes. We'll get to it, but them being so unbothered by Jay Twan and it only making him more angry. It's like when a kid gets mad, like when you were in school or something, and like a kid gets mad and the teacher is just like, and then the kid gets even more mad because they're like, you're not giving me the energy I want. And it's like, you just look like a little kid, bro. Like you look like a child. And it's like, you're too old to be acting like this, to be honest. But what were you going to say?
Just, Jay Twan has this habit of, I think you said earlier, causing problems. And then when people react, it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't do this.
Yeah.
Kind of like yelling at Tag and Dom. And then approaching them after, like, are you mad at me? Let's have a conversation. Like, bitch, we were just into it because of you. Why do you want to talk? Like, get away from me.
It's giving Dr. Jekyll, Mr. High Teas.
Unhinged. Here's Johnny. Put that man in a straight and never put him on a Chasing Reality franchise platform again.
Yes, Ashley Monet. But yes, I don't never need to see him on my screen again. And I also don't like the him trying to co-op like certain terms and rhetoric to support him. Like when people were saying that he's aggressive, he's like, oh, this is white supremacist. This is white supremacist to call me aggressive. And it's like, you could be a white man, an Asian man, a Hispanic man, and be acting the same way and be aggressive. Like it's not because you're
white. It's
because you
and be acting aggressive.
Listen, yes, like you could be anything, any identity, and be acting that way, and like you're still aggressive. Like you're yelling. It's so funny to me because it's like you're literally yelling and you're like, you calling me aggressive is white supremacist. Like, no, it's you yelling at the top of your lungs. That's aggressive. Like, I almost feel like certain people, it's like they're so used to acting that way and responding that way that it's like they don't even realize that the way that they're coming across is aggressive. Like, obviously, there are times where you may raise your voice a little bit or get more passionate about something, and somebody's like, you're aggressive. But like, to me, this is like y'all are about to fight. Like, you're literally up in this man's face, and you're like, oh, I'm not being aggressive, and it's like, I can't. But let me highlight a couple more comments. Somebody said not nasty sex. Didn't he go into like detail about what they was doing? And I was like, we don't need to know all that.
He did.
We don't need to know all of that. Like, that's too much. What y'all did behind closed doors is what y'all did.
And that's how I knew Kane was in his feelings. Like, you real life hurt. And you are showing that you kind of are more into Oliver than you are Tonka. Anytime somebody gets into like an argument and like Kane, they go off the wall and throwing slurs, it's like you're a real life, not at the fact that they just fought, but you assaulted this man, he popped you, now you in your feelings because why? Because you want to be with Oliver.
Right. Well,
like
he said it should have been him.
Chose you over Tonka. So
yeah.
Kane is a mess. But him and that damn Autographic, Twix popping Kane, Kendra narrating Twix popping Kane.
Wait. Can we talk about how she just walked into the shot with her drink like Oliver's fighting? Like, what is going on?
White woman. Goodness. Kendra is
not
funny,
the white woman.
I'm living for Kendra.
She was keying. Like, yeah, it was hilarious.
I also screamed. I'm sorry, what were you about to say?
Oh, go ahead. I'll highlight this comment after you're done.
Oh no, you can read the comment.
Okay, Ashley Monet said they slept together. I guess confirming Oliver and Kane slept together. He said he didn't want to say it on camera, but spoke to Tonka aside and let him know. So I wondered, did he let Tonka know before Kane said this, or I wondered, did he let Tonka know at the what is it called? When they were,
was it that rec room?
Yeah, I wonder, was it then or was it after the fact? I'm wondering. But I guess it had to be before that because
I remember Twix telling Tonka at the rec room, they were playing like a card game. but I can't remember. I can't remember when. I think what Oliver told Tonka, I think Tonka was like, Kane already told me, so we're okay. So that's still
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm not even gonna lie.
Tonka sitting at the table playing cards with 3 other girls that had her man.
Like, sister wives, baby.
Like pussy. Now that's the thing we ain't had on the web series in the minute.
Pussy sisters, my goodness. Shout out to all the pussy sisters that are pussy sistering in 2024. And I'm sorry if you are listening to this out loud and got people looking around like,
we should definitely say with this foul language headphones when they listen to our lives, baby.
So sorry. But LaCharles said that's my point too. It seems like Oliver was still getting his BBL clapped by Kane, while with Tonka, Kane also mentioned P play. We'll get to it, but I think one of the most corniest things ever is engaging with somebody and getting pleasure from somebody through doing whatever y'all do, and then after the fact want to say y'all and kind of using it to like expose them or to make them feel. And it's like, Kane, you have a whole sex toy line trying to be sex positive, yet it's supposed to be gaggy that he let you pee on him. Like, to me, it's just like, okay, if that's what happened, that's what happened. Right. It don't gag me because I know people are into that type of stuff. I'm not, but that's your business.
You participated, so I was like,
it's almost like issue. Yeah, it's like he's trying to use it to demean Oliver, even though you were also engaging in it and getting pleasure from it. So to me, it's just like,
Kane will forever be a weirdo for that.
A mess. G Baby Who Baby said, my opinion is no means no, but Oliver is putting 20 on 10 in my opinion, and just him saying, oh, since your girlfriend ain't called me, it's a little jealousy in there too. You know, I honestly, like, I respect your opinion, G Baby Who Baby, but I honestly don't get that it's jealousy driving this. I do think that he might be a little, like, especially when later in the next episode, Kane was like, whenever I'm like talking to Oliver, it's like, oh, you with Tonka, ain't no bitch gonna see me sweat. If that's what he was saying, then I kind of like, I do get jealousy vibes from that. But like, I just feel like at the end of the day, like, even if he is jealous, like, okay, he jealous. If you still touching me without my consent, like, leave me alone. Like, I'm gonna be over here, I'm gonna be jealous and I'm gonna work through it. But you still trying to touch me and grab me when I'm saying no, that's gonna get you popped. Like, I just also, like, you know,
like, not to jump ahead, but somebody else confirmed that the party that came like touched them. So I don't think the whole narrative of Oliver being jealous, I think was just constructed to make it seem like Kane had a valid reason for. He needs a reason on why Oliver attacked him. Oliver attacked me because he's jealous of me and Tonka's relationship, and I don't think that's the case at all. You kept touching this man. He told you to stop. So I think the people that have an issue with Oliver, and this is no shade to anybody in the audience, but I feel like people on the show that have an issue with Oliver are going with this narrative that Oliver is jealous, and that's what led to this fight. And it's like, no, Kane is acting inappropriate.
Yeah,
and I don't understand why. I don't see why people aren't getting like, it's literally 2 + 2.
So, right. I could see if Oliver was like talking shit about Kane or like talking shit about Tonka, like being shady and being weird. But like up until like this very episode, like Kane was friends with Oliver. So to me, it's just like if they were being shady and rude and weird. I know they hadn't seen each other in a while, but when they met up, they seemed very cool.
Yeah, because they had dinner or whatever.
Yeah, so it was just like, I just don't understand, like, if that's it, why didn't y'all fall out before that? Like, y'all fell out when you touched him without his consent. And that's what like, and it's crazy because whenever they say like, oh, Oliver is jealous, it's like, okay, but where's the signs of jealousy outside of him being mad that you touched him without his consent?
Right.
Like,
I don't know. No receipts, like no text messages, nothing, no missed call logs, like no Instagram DMs. Like, there's really no proof of Oliver. I mean, I think Oliver threw shade a couple episodes ago when he found out that Tonka was, I guess, dating Kane. But since that moment, I haven't really seen any signs of Oliver feeling any type of way. Like,
yeah. And then of course, like we've kind of talked about it in like earlier episodes, but the whole narrative that like, oh, people have a problem with Tonka and Kane because we don't feel like Kane, or someone like we don't feel like Tonka could pull somebody like Kane. No shade, but first of all, I don't think Kane is anything special. I'm not saying he's like unattractive or anything like that, but like I don't look at Kane and be like, dang, that's your boy. Like you got him. Like no, like I'm just like, oh, okay, they a couple. That's cool. Like I don't, and I feel like that's another part of the narrative is this thing that like, oh, like y'all just feel like he's not like y'all feel like he wouldn't go for him, so like he must be using him, and it's like no, I just think you're toxic. Like I think Taka could pull better, to be honest. But that's my opinion.
Facts.
So, but I want to highlight another comment. Kim Bruley said my problem with Kane overall is the overall disrespect towards Tonka, not respecting their pronouns. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've slipped up even on this very live, but I do feel like there's a difference between slipping up and being and correcting yourself, or just like just letting it rock because you don't care, you know. But yeah, let's I guess get more into the episode because we could be here all day talking about the the foolishness.
So did you want to get into your funniest moment? Did you have any funny moments for episode 12?
Yes. So my funny moment was definitely well, we kind of already talked about it, but Kendra just being the light of in a dark room that was Kane's party. Like just being funny, being, you know, she had the chips. I was like, that's like a whole purse. Baby walking up, she was walking up the steps with some chips in her chest. But and just being funny and just like, I don't know. Definitely my funniest moment was her just being cool and being, I don't know what she did when she was away, but like I feel like she came back a little more lively. She seemed a little less heavy, more you know, more fun, I guess you could say. So I would say definitely my funniest funniest moment or whatever from this episode. What about you?
I'm gonna say Jed Morris sending out those virtual birthday invitations only to rescind them, knowing damn well that the trip wasn't gonna happen in the first place.
Like, the next time, the like literally like the second time someone gives like a mass invite and then has to rescind it, I'm just like
no shit, y'all know with the dynamic of this group, y'all was not going outside of Atlanta again. And the fact that Jay would even extend an invitation to the entire cast, I guess production asked him to do it, but it's like, if this is my birthday trip, no, I only want the people that I'm cool with there, because I don't need a headache.
Baby, I'm not even trying to go up the street with some of y'all. So like,
right. Also, another funny moment that stood out to me was Kane admitting that he smashed Jamar back in the day, which was like 2020.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is not back in the day. That was literally fucking like 2 weeks ago.
I was like, oh my God.
Kane running through
him. Kane gives, and I don't want to give too much, but Kane gives the type of person that thinks that they're like a player, like, oh, I got all these hoes, I'm a player. But when you really like look at the situations they get in, it kind of gives like you get it where you can get it. And that's no shade to anybody that he's messed with, but it just seems like you're just like, you're in my air, like you don't, it's quality over quantity. And again, that's no shade to the people that he's messing with, but it just seems like you're messing with people because they're in your proximity, not because you actually want to be with them, you know, or you're actually into them, you know. So it just gives a little desperate tease, no shade. But yeah, I know I'm going in, so also Oliver saying that Berlin's breath was hot, like that had me screaming, because I also probably would have turned around if the breath was hot. Like, no, especially when we just got here, girl. Like, we just all got here. And
now I'm wondering, no shade to Miss Berlin, but I'm wondering if she had dick breath. I'm just saying. I'm just wondering, like, you come to a function with a hot breath, like, where you coming from with your breath hot? So,
baby, not dick breath.
I'm just curious, like,
dick breath.
I gotta know. I'm just curious.
That is awful.
But do you hear that? It's like this weird kind of static sound.
I don't hear it.
Do you have a fan on?
Should I go out?
Oh, I still hear it. Okay, it stopped.
Oh, okay, cool. Child, not to say we started carrying too much, and StreamYard was like, "Nope."
Goodness, yeah, it stopped. But my goodness. So yes, let us know in the comments if you guys have any any funny moments. Goodness.
Do you have a shadiest moment?
Yes. So I actually have two shady moments. Number one, and this is no shade to anybody, no cast member in particular, but I can go an entire lifetime without watching people chew their food. And then to zoom the camera in on people chewing, talking with a mouthful of food, I'm good. Like, no.
Ooh, when was this?
This was a certain sit down. Somebody was chewing, talking, and
you don't want to say?
It was my girl Willa. Like, and this has been on more than one occasion. You know, I go up for Willa. But,
you know, Willa loves it.
My girl Willa be smashing. She be grubbing. I ain't mad.
Yeah.
I have this thing about watching and hearing people chew their food.
Yeah.
Talking with a mouthful of food. It's like, nah. Maybe have Tag do the majority of the talking since he was not eating. But
not probably on a date with his man. Or waiting for a date with his man.
That's a lassie, baby.
He said, "Can I get some water and some bread, please?" Like,
but and then my second favorite moment. Okay, shout out to Twix. But Twix and his good Judy Alonda the beat eating up Ice Spice on her own beat.
Yes. Well, that's not hard. No shade to Ice Spice, but that's not really hard to eat her up on her own beat. Like,
hey, how the fuck up on Deli? My goodness.
Jesus. Yeah, I said, well, not hard at all. But yeah, I said my shadiest moment was the sit down between Jay and Kane. The whole scene was just very shady to me. You know, they don't see it for each other. You know what it's kind of giving? Camionce. You know I don't like you, Camionce. That's what it's giving. Like mortal enemies, essentially. But I also think it's hilarious. Iconic beef. But also I feel bad for laughing, but it's funny because Jay is so pissed, and I know he's just trying to protect his friend, but like just how much it's so funny to me how much he doesn't see it for Kane. Like I just think it's hilarious. But yeah, I just thought it was funny, just like the shade going back and forth. Kane calling himself a duchess, a king. I was just like, what? Like, what is going on? And then whatchamacallit called him a jester, and I was like, oh
my goodness.
Whoop, you walked right into that one.
It's kind of knowing that they had this scene was entertaining. It was a key for me.
Yes, I mean, knowing that people have is like it's adding to the like. I guess you could say it's adding to like context. So it's like, oh, this makes more sense because y'all had, you know.
So I wonder who cut off the situation with JMR and King Kane. Like, who did it? That who stopped?
Wait, who cut off the what?
I wonder who ended that situation between JMR and King Kane. Like, who stopped text messages first? Who stopped calling who?
That's a good question. Like, and was Yam Killer affiliated with the situation?
I forgot about the killer of the yams.
Yeah.
I forgot about him out here killing yams. Him and his 5 kids. Goodness.
As he says, Jay gets a F for this season. I wouldn't say F.
I say C, and that's only because he was too involved with what King Kane and Tonka had going
on. She also said the scene was boring and fake. Sat there like it was cool, got in the confessionals and went off. True. I think I don't think he wanted the situation to go left because I think he really wants to be cordial for Tonka's sake, but I think he really does not like Kang. Because I feel like if he had gave that energy in the confessional, they probably just would have argued and then went their separate ways, and then it just would have been a mess. So I understand, not necessarily giving it all just so that it's calm and like people aren't arguing or whatever. Mm-hmm. But Ashley said, has Tonka and Jay got it in? Jay is going super hard. That's a good question. What somebody should do, or what they should have did at the end of the season? Instead of having a reunion, they should have made that, shout out to Jersey Shore. But remember when they made that chart of who slept with everybody who it was like a diagram of like this person slept with this person. I feel like that's what they should do. And I know that would be messy as hell, but hey, they that continue to sleep with each other. So yeah, I want to see something like that because I still need to understand where the six.
They should have went to the cabin for MLK Day. That's what Chasing Atlanta, the cast of Chasing Atlanta Forever should have did. They should have went up to the cabin for MLK Day.
Now, do you think they fuck first or fight first?
Fight and then fuck it up.
My goodness. Well, as long as they end on love, I'm.
And most importantly, as long as it's consensual, Kang is as long as it's consensual.
Yes. Okay. Consent is at the top of the priority list. Yes.
Okay. Consent is key.
But yeah, Yama Thick said I saw in a video a Yam abuser. It was boring. Boring. My goodness. It was boring. Well, I'm not surprised to be honest. But yes. Did you have a favorite look of this episode?
I did not have a favorite look of honestly, I'm gonna say Oliver's angelic all white pre-twirling King Kane. It was very Miami. Okay. Very
I was here for that. With the scarf.
Yes, very summer. Very I must go be on a yacht for the evening.
This might be a deep cut, but you know how Barbie has different, like Dr. Barbie, Vacation Barbie. I feel like Twix also has that because you remember he had on that white jumpsuit. I feel like that's Space Oliver, and then this is like Vacation Oliver. Like he has a running thing with his face. For sure.
Yes. That was my favorite fit of episode 12.
Okay, I also noted that one, but my favorite fit was actually the fit that Dom had when he showed up to Rico and Tonka's event. It was like a pink sleeveless, like almost like it was a blouse, no shade, it was a blouse. But like it was cute. It was pink and it was like it almost looked like yarn. Shout out to Dom because he's very creative and definitely takes steps and risk with his fashion. So I thought it was really cute. For sure. Do we want to give our faves and least faves now?
Yes. So I really didn't have a favorite of the episode. I guess if I had to choose on the spot, it would be Kendra, just because she came back and was funny, not too serious. Her yelling at Tony after the fight was like, I think I had the conversation. No, it was with Ronald I was talking to when Kendra was talking to the group, but she was directing it at Tony. And I know Tony, her head was like,
because then they cut. Wasn't she sitting down? And she was like, okay, I do remember.
I think this is when Kendra was standing up and she was like yelling at Tony, but she was talking directly. She was talking to the group, but in the moment it looked like she was talking directly to Tony. But I'm gonna say Kendra was my favorite for episode 12.
Okay.
What about you?
I will have to agree. I think Kendra was my favorite. She was just having fun. And I mean, I guess you could say like, why are you making light of these people arguing and going through it? But I feel like a lot of these people, it's just like, y'all just need to all take a breath. It's not that serious. I mean, sexual assault is serious, but everything else that started before that happened is not that serious. Like, let's all take a breath. And I like how she was like, just fun, like still keeping positive energy instead of like, adding to it like some people did. Also, I want to know, not my least fave, but Willow was kind of annoying me. I feel like she does this. She's done it before, and I feel like she hasn't really done it this season that much. But like, she loves to kind of like go off and add to situations. It's almost like she can't see like, okay, people are already going through it, and I guess that's not just her, but it's like, instead of being like, okay, let me calm myself so that I can de-escalate the situation, she just starts to go off. And then it's like she going off on Kane, and Kane like, what the fuck did I do? Like, Kane like, it's like, and then she's like, Jay Twan, did you say? And it's like, is this the time to do this? No. Like, we already just went through some shit. Like, can we all calm down? And I just feel like sometimes she does not think about stuff like that. It's just like, I'm angry, and so you're gonna hear from me. And it's like, time and place. Gotta control your emotions. Like,
she also kind of threw me when after the fight, she was like talking about Oliver, like, oh, last season I was a bunch of ghetto ass bitches, but now you out here fighting and this, that, and the third. And I was like, well, where does this energy towards Oliver come from? Because earlier in the episode, you were on set with him, for the hair care shoot with for the brat. So
yeah,
I was like, did I miss something? Like, was this confessional recorded at like I must have missed something because y'all was just on good terms. So if anybody can fill me in, does anybody know what happened between Willa and Oliver?
I know they had. Oh, not to cut you off, but I know they had beef last season. I guess they made up, but clearly she's not over it because she's,
Yeah, I saw that.
And I'm like,
yeah, I remember that.
But to me, it's like, Willa, he got assaulted. Like, you were just fighting just to fight because you have poor conflict resolution skills. Let's keep it a buck. But like, Oliver fought because he told Kane not to touch him, and he decided to touch him anyway. So like, let's not act like they're one and the same. Like, come on. But she's one of those people that believes that this is all happening because Oliver is jealous. So that kind of makes sense for her to say that, I guess. But and not to pile on Willow, but another thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way was when she went with Seven to get the electrolysis done. And I guess they were talking, and then as they walked away, she kind of started talking shit under her breath to was it Jay? I think Jay was there. She kind of started talking shit like, oh, she talk about, oh, did you hear she said she was hungry? She want me to cook? And it's like, why are you like why didn't you just say that to her? Like, I don't understand why you gotta it was giving shady vibes. I don't know. But I still like Willa, but like, there were just things that happened this episode that I was like, and then of course at the end when you added fuel to the fire, it was just like, girl.
Right.
But yeah, do we want to talk about our least fave of this episode? I don't know who this gonna be, child, because this is a couple of people in the running.
Really, my main two is just, or I guess three, is We Were Born, Berlin and Jay Twan, and then King Kane, just because Kane is a colorist. And
you got to choose one though, or what if you had to choose one?
King Kane, because King Kane is a colorist. So
okay, well,
yeah,
there we go. You're right. You are absolutely right. Like, yeah, I guess I won't choose King Kane because you just chose him, but I guess I would say like Jay Twan. I don't know what's going on with Jay Twan, and it's crazy because the things, like I've said before, like he will make references to like mental health and like topics and things that people have said in the mental health space. So I would assume he's getting some sort of therapy or like conscious of his mental health, but it's just like, it's like you want to use these terms, but then your actions are not reflecting, your words and like how you want to move. And so to me, it's like, you're just going out of your way to create issues. Like, if Oliver paid Berlin Dust, like, I get it, that's your homegirl, like, that's your one, but like, let it go. She gonna be all right. Like, he didn't call her out of her name. He didn't even say anything. He just turned around and walked away. Like, and now you want to run after him and like try to fight, and it's just like, for what? Like, it's just a bad look. So I'm not gonna lie, the unhingedness was kind of sending me at some points, because I'm just like, this is too much. Like, literally, like, what I feel like the average person, the average well-adjusted person would do, you're like doing the opposite. Like when he got up and started yelling in Dom's face, Dom and Seven's face, and they were just like, bye. Like, are you gonna leave? Because that sent me. But yeah, my least fave, definitely. I just don't know what's going on with him, but hopefully he finds some sort of peace soon. And what about your listen of the episode?
If I say no, no means no.
Period. No means no.
Okay.
That is so simple too. No
so
means
simple.
no.
I don't understand why people don't get that, but yeah. No means motherfucking no. If I say don't touch me, don't touch me.
If I said it with a cat, if I said it while I was wearing a hat, like if I said it at the mall, if I said it at a ball, no means no. Like,
okay,
yes. Yeah. So, and it's just kind of crazy how, like, yeah, you think like it's crazy because like I feel like in certain spaces, like, you know, like if you surround yourself with a certain type of person or a certain group of people, certain things are common knowledge. Like, but then it's like you get taken out of that when you interact with other people, and it's like, oh damn, you thought that was okay? Like you thought that you could just touch people without them, you know, giving you consent? Like, you know, so it's kind of jarring. But yeah, I agree. No means no. I think my lesson of the episode would be there's power in controlling your emotions. I feel like sometimes people feel like if they're angry or if they get bested or shaded or if somebody comes for them, if they don't respond in a certain way, it's almost like you're a chump or you took the L or it makes you feel small. But I feel like there's power in being in control of your emotions enough to approach the situation logically, I guess. What my neighbor's doing, but but I think there's power in like controlling your emotions and like, you know, being able to not let people get the best of you. Because if you're angry, they're angry, y'all start yelling at each other, they get you out of character, now you suffering consequences of something that, you know, you could have controlled. So, and I feel like so many things, you know, it's drama, it's a key, but at the same time, I saw a lot of people not being able to control their emotions at Kane's party and just like letting their emotions get the best of them, and like little small things that are honestly just misunderstandings snowballing into this big thing, when it's like if you could just control your emotions and speak clearly, y'all would probably squash it. You know, so I don't know. That's definitely my lesson. I'm gonna highlight a couple comments because I see some here, and I haven't highlighted Pickens today. Shout out to Pickens in the chat. But I Am Serenity said, yeah, we all know Willa a real one, so I think something definitely off there. Yeah, I love Willa, but I just feel like and you know, everybody's a work in progress, like we all are, but I just feel like I see her reverting back to her old ways. Kind of when she had that situation with Ike, when it was like they weren't even beefing, but now y'all are yelling in each other's face for some reason. Like it's like why how did we get here? You know? But yes, J-Twan is definitely good for weaponizing mental health terminology and using it wrongly. I'm like, that's not even what, when people are having these conversations, that's not even what they mean. Like, what do you, it's like you just took you heard somebody say that, and instead of like doing your research, you just kind of regurgitated it without the context. Like, Pickens said, that's a very good question. The order of events based on the confessionals seem like outside situations happened or like they saw earlier episodes. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I Am Serenity said, I guess I need to know if the meat market was filmed before the hair scene, because during that scene, they said they were good. Oh, okay. So yeah, Pickens was responding to this comment. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe Willa just has some like still some resentment from their situation. Maybe they're not all the way good yet, but not Kane saying everybody can get touched. I feel like it's warranted. Also, Kane can't just be like, that's a joke. Like jokes are funny. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like you touched him, he touched you. Like, I mean, we'll get to it in the next episode, but like, you did all that talking only for him to have you in the bushes.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
mouth leaking, nose leaking.
Yeah.
Goodness.
I was like, damn.
Twix said, who the fuck was holding me while I'm trying to work this hoe?
I'm trying to work this hoe.
Oliver was mad. Hell, baby. I would have been mad too, but Twix was pissed.
I'm trying to work this hoe. I'm screaming.
That was actually my funny moment. That was actually my funniest moment. Who the fuck was holding me while I'm trying to work this hoe? Oliver is a key baby.
Oh my God. Also, what sent me a funny moment when J-Twan first went outside to address Oliver, and he was standing out there like, who want to fight? Who want to fight? And I'm like, bro, calm down. Like, you like, what? You know damn well Oliver is not trying to fight you. Like, what the fuck? And so him just standing there going back and forth was like, bro, relax. You need a Snickers. Like, you need to relax. Mm-hmm. Yes. And I know that chafe was chafing. Because all that moving.
And the Atlanta, that Georgia Heat, baby. Mm-hmm. Thank God nobody was in the venue with sweaty armpits. Sweat
stands. You don't know that? You know Bad Breath was in the building. No shade. It could have been some pits. It could have been some pits. Pickett said Troy in that mesh top, Dom in the cobalt blue night set was cute. Oh yes. Dom in the cobalt blue was cute. And then yes, I also peeped that mesh tank that Troy was wearing. It was very cute. Not just Kane, because according to J-Twan, everyone is touchy. I mean, yeah, we'll get to it. Like, I guess people have been touching people in the past, but I feel like once somebody says they're, again, no means no. Once you say no, it's over. Like, but yeah, shout out to Rico for being in the building.
Yes, thank you for being here, Cassidy.
Yes. I blame me. You know that stuck in my hair, Rico. Like,
it's catchy.
Yes, and I also felt that when I was editing. We're putting out an edited episode. If you didn't know, but while I was editing, I was like, child, trying to get through this shit. I'm like, I blame myself. I blame myself for agreeing to do this. But no, but yes, I love the song. But Iron Racer said, Trey and Damon, y'all lovers are fighters. Y'all both look like fighters. You know, I feel like being from Detroit, you have to have a little fight in you. But I would say I don't like to let people get that like energy out of me, if that makes sense. I try to stay as calm as possible.
I'll defend myself, like
right.
Defend myself, like
if I
need to, but for the most part, I just have goons that handle that.
So. Oh, not goons. not you know, I was gonna say a Nikki Larry, but never mind. But yes, I do feel like I said earlier, like you putting your hands on me after I told you not to is definitely going to you're definitely going to get a different side of me. Like, but yeah, I like to, you know, spread love. There's already so much, you know.
We spread love to Kid Carry. We don't spread our legs. We need that on a t-shirt. Spread love.
We don't. Speak for yourself. No, I'm just
playing. My goodness.
Oh, Rico Cassana also said no one has ever put their hands on me before like they did that night. It wasn't just touching. Yeah, it wasn't just touching your butt. I get that. Like, just any type of unwanted touching from somebody like Kane is just going, from anybody.
Right.
But especially Kane, since I think another thing about it is that he just feels like entitled to it. Like, it's okay. Like, instead of saying like, oh shit, my bad. Like, I ain't gonna, it's like almost like you're mad that you don't have access to these people's bodies. And it's like, who are you to like feel like you could just touch on people without, when they said no. But yes, also need the My Goodness shirts. Might be coming soon. Might be coming soon. Iron Ray Serenity.
Yeah.
Like we might get on that. We might get on that with some merch.
Yeah. Carry merch would be lit.
Yes. But did you want to give this episode a letter grade?
I'll give this episode a B.
Okay.
Just because this is a lot of chaos following the essay allegations, people kind of diminishing the allegations because they don't care for Oliver. Overall, outside of the party, the showcase, I believe then Twix did the photo shoot, the kaleidoscope photo shoot for the brat with Willa. So I thought that was
right.
Wait, my bad. Was that episode 12 or was that episode 13?
That was this episode, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that was this episode. Yeah.
Okay, because it was before the party. Berlin called him with that calculated phone call and then tried to hug him with her hot ass breath. You're right.
You know what else I've been saying for like the past, ever since I watched this last episode?
What?
When Oliver turned and paid her dust, she was like, what a way to treat a friend that checked up on you. Like,
she was so dramatic about it. Been giving me the theatrics. Berlin has been giving me Blackfish Janet Huber
drama. Yes, been giving me drama.
Blackfish Janet Huber. Yes, drama. The theatrics, baby.
I've been saying that for the longest. Like, what a way to treat a friend that checked up on you. Like, girl, the day before you were gonna see me.
Right, and then the day after you attacking my name.
Right. Like, girl, oh my god,
Berlin is wild. Like,
I wanted to ask you, and I also wanted to ask the chat. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Feel free to leave a like. But so we see Jay and Kane meet up, and I just wanted to know, like, how would you feel like somebody close to you, your friend, like they have a partner that you don't get along with? How are you approaching that situation?
That's a good question. I was actually going to ask that something similar like that for the next episode, but I guess I'm respecting my friend. Like, I don't really need a relationship with like their partner, especially if I was like friends with you before you started dating like this person. So I could be cordial, tolerate them. Like, my friendship is most important than
period.
Yeah, mind my business. Yeah, it's about me and my friend. Like, that person don't matter. Now, if I come into the picture after like you're dating like this person, I feel like it's a little different. That person clearly holds more weight or like more value in your life than I do. So, like Hassan said, I'm gonna mind my business. But I feel like it's kind of, for me, I feel like there is, I think like how I just described it. If I'm a friend and I've been a friend before the partner, I feel like I'm gonna value, or you should value, like my opinions, like kind of just a little bit more than a person that you just started dating, I guess. But if the shoes on my foot and I'm befriending somebody that's been in I guess like a long-term relationship, I really don't have too much I can say because we just started this friendship. So like I said, I'm minding my business. Either way it goes, I'm minding my business.
That's valid. And honestly, I feel the same way. Like, I feel like I'm out of my business. I think it depends, because I feel like like in this situation, if Kane, like minus the sexual assault allegations, like if Kane was just the type of person that was very like mixy and just like all up in everybody's face, and you're okay with that, then that's your business. That ain't got nothing to do with me, you know? But I feel like if it's something that goes like, if you're directly disrespecting me every time I see you, or you're just respecting me in general, like, then I would just cut off the whole relationship. If that, like, I understand doing that because it's like you got to protect your peace. So
right.
The Charles the Great said, I'm not interested in being friends with my friend's partner. I respect boundaries, and if we have an issue, I tell my friend. If it's something that hinders our friendship, I walk away. Yeah, I feel the exact same way. I don't feel like I need to be friends. I feel like if we click, you know, and we're like in a group setting where you're always hanging out together, like, I get that. But yeah, I think boundaries are important. That's the what I would focus on. Let's see. Ashmona says, as I've gotten older, I've learn to mind my business. I'll let you know once, and that's it. I'll stay away from your partner. That's real because sometimes like the person will get mad at you, and then now both the boyfriend and your friend are mad at you, and it's like, what the fuck? So yeah, everybody's entitled to their own stuff, so gotta mind their business. Rika also said, Tonka is my real life sister. I will never turn my back on her because of a man. And I think it also depends on how close the relationship is. Like if that's your, like you said, if that's your ace, then yeah, of course you're not gonna drop them for a person. But I'm just wondering how you would move if their partner is disrespecting you, but your friend or like your person you're close to doesn't want to get in the middle. It just seems like a lot. But he also said, and I talked to my sister when he did it. She handled it, and she handled it, and that was that. I keep my distance from him. That makes sense. Now, how did Tonka handle it? Because we know the last time, and then we saw Tonka's hand around Kane's neck. Not to make light of any type of domestic or disputes or anything like that, but like I was like, oh shit, like I was like, damn, not again. But I think the issue with this cast is Kane has slept with almost the whole cast. Yeah, them boundaries are definitely blurred. Unfortunately,
blurred, my goodness, baby. Blurred. Hey. Blinded.
Yes. And okay, so Pickens says, as a viewer, I feel like I haven't seen Kane in a light that gives me edifying or supportive. He has always been presented as self-serving, which makes me look at Tonka based on what I see. Yeah, I mean, I do see some things like, him telling Tonka his feelings and like, I want to be with you, I like you. I don't know how true that is. That's what he said. But I do see little gestures that I do think he cares about Tonka. I just feel like he has some problematic things going on with him, and that's kind of taking over right now. He's stepping into the dark side. How many of the cats did he sleep with? Does anyone know? Child, I don't know. How many hands you got? We gonna count on our. Yes, trust my sister is no punk. I know that's right. I saw the way she gripped up Kane the first time. Like said no, I don't play that. But do we want to move on to the second episode? I guess this is a two-parter. I know the thumbnail doesn't say that, but yeah, we're gonna get into more detail about the final episode now.
Yes. So do you want to lead or wait, am I leading this one?
So I know I feel like I was supposed to lead the last one, but then I kind of thought you were leading it, and then it just became a mess. So we can we can go back and forth, I guess you could say.
Okay, cool. So episode 13, titled "Can't Worry About It." Hashtag Jamar Washington. Did you have any thoughts or just general opinions on episode 13, the series finale?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, damn it. Also, let us know in the comments how you guys felt about episodes 12, and most importantly, how you feel about the finale.
Yes. I mean, it's bittersweet because I think I said in the beginning, when we first started reviewing this season, this is a show that I started on. Like I started watching Chasing Atlanta episode 1, season 1. Like that was my intro into web reality shows. So yeah, it's kind of bittersweet that this series is ending and it's ending this way. I wish it ended in a more impactful, like, way, but producers can't control that. And even the cast individually can't control that. So but I mean, it was an episode. I do have a lot of thoughts. So I guess there's that. It wasn't boring. But yeah, there was a lot of bullshit. A lot of problematic things being said, and we've kind of touched on it already, so we won't hammer it in too much. But yeah, we'll get to it. What were your thoughts?
this episode was the finale. Honestly, it was a bit disappointing. It was too much ignorance showcased for me. This episode, it was like hard to swallow. I'm
not hard to swallow. Jesus,
baby, watch how I make a Sprite can disappear in my mouth or whatever Jimmy Blanco said. That's what this episode was giving. It was too ignorant, and let me not say like the format or the structure or the way the episode was edited or produced was ignorant. It was just a cast members, a handful of cast members just being blatantly ignorant. And I have like a very low tolerance for people that are blatantly ignorant, especially let me say ignorant adults.
Yes.
Who have no problem spreading their ignorance, especially on a platform like this. So I was irritated while watching this episode. So people in the comments, people that's gonna watch this on playback, please forgive me in my mouth. But as a reviewer, it's how can I formulate this? I feel like I'm so irritated that I can't even properly form my thought. Baby, to be on a platform, any platform on YouTube, especially a platform like Chasing that's been doing this for almost a decade, to come on a platform at your big age and to be so fucking stupid, it's mind blowing. The whole conversation about the assault it was mind blowing. Everybody literally, let me not say everybody, but a good chunk of the cast placing the blame on Oliver for being assaulted, and they're literally sitting down. They're placing the accountability on the person that was assaulted, and that blew me. Yeah, that blew me. In a moment, I almost drop kicked my TV, but I'm like, baby, why would I drop kick my TV? The TV ain't did nothing to me.
That's gonna fuck up you.
It is gonna fuck up. That's gonna fuck. It was just too much ignorant shit that happened this episode. So I was like, again, no shade to the Chasing production team and to the other cast members, but. King Kane, Wayne the Pain, and We Were Born. I get that they're a part of the show. Please don't ever invite them back to a Chasing franchise. Honestly, we can stop supporting all four of those ignorant asses. Like,
you know what's crazy? Not to cut you off, but remember when I think We Were Born had a problem with somebody because I think it was Troy, when I guess the producers and Dario and another producer were on Troy's show, and they're like, who cannot come back? And they were like, We Were Born. And I wonder how that producer feel now. They was probably like, see, I told y'all. I told y'all.
Yep.
Like,
and it was interesting because like this is the first season that I watched when We Were Born. So I'm like, a duo, trans woman, and then cis male. They're part of the LGBTQ community. I wonder how this is gonna work. Me thinking like they're musicians, like a good chunk of the show. I'm thinking it's just gonna be music and studio time. Their storyline is Oliver. So We Were Born could go jump off a fucking cliff. They could become shark bait.
Shark bait.
Baby, go jump from like a 21-story building. Go do something. Just do not get back on YouTube and be ignorant and be dumb as fuck. King Kane is I was a fan of Kane. He lost me as a fan. He probably doesn't give a fuck. But to go on to be an entrepreneur and then to be so just dumb and lack accountability and awareness, it's always gonna blow me. So
you know what's crazy?
It's this episode hit me hot as fuck. I'm hot now, so
yes. I feel like, and it's crazy. I think I already touched on this at some point in this review, but like, it's so to me baffling that you, as somebody that makes sex toys, you're in the sex industry. So like, it would be in your best interest to talk about things like consent and like, you know, making your partner comfortable, all of that. You can't do that now unless you do like a what is it called? The apology tour, you know, a redemption arc or something like that. But it's like, who gonna want to listen to you talk about sexuality when you can't respect people's consent? Like, so to me, I agree with you. I feel like it's bittersweet. I do think that the show was produced really well. Shout out to Dario. The production side was good. He captured some big moments. The editing, everything has just elevated. So I can't wait to see what he does next. But I do feel like a lot of people on this show wasted their opportunity. I mean, We Were Born, like, no shade, like, I don't really pay attention to them outside of this show. Like once they got back on the show, I was like, oh yeah, We Were Born. So to me, this was a chance for you to be reintroduced to the public. I mean, I know they're still doing stuff like outside the show, but like this is a large platform and probably the largest platform that they've been on. Correct me if I'm wrong. So like to me, it's like, why wouldn't you take that opportunity to really, you could be a little shady, be a little messy, but like really show people your music and like that you're worth investing time and energy into. But instead, it's like y'all want to dwell on this stuff that doesn't matter. It's like hating Oliver, like you don't like Oliver. Okay, so what? Grow up. Like right. I agree. It gets to a point where it's irritating because it's just like it's almost like y'all can't just be adults and move accordingly. Like just okay, he didn't hug you. So what? Like, it's like, but I feel like they didn't really have a lot to show maybe this season. So they kind of hinged on like this drama with Oliver, I guess you could say.
Well, they definitely should have took a back seat and just like, no, we don't have anything to offer. We'll decline.
Yeah.
So shout out to the producer that was asked, can We Were Born come back, or who could come back? Who shouldn't come back? Shout out to her for being in her right mind, and I'm not putting the blame on like Dario or any producers or anything, but honestly, the first 2 episodes that we filmed, We Were Born, and I saw that they brought nothing to the table other than a sugar daddy with erectile dysfunction. I would have cut their ass right off the fucking show. Like, I'm sorry, you're not about to bring limp dick to my show and make that a storyline. Like, that's where we're not.
I was about to say something, but I'm not even
like limp dick. I
said white limp dick, baby.
Oh, white limp dick, baby.
No, white limp dick.
He was not about to make that a storyline on Chasing, so I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
I feel like we're harping too hard on.
Yeah, can I?
So let's not talk about. Let's not mention We Were Born, King Kane, or Winnie for the rest of this. Really? Let's just spread positivity for the rest of this review because
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about dumbasses. So talking about dumbasses, I feel like it's kind of diminishing or it's decreasing my genius, my Albert Einstein. And I kind of don't need that. I feel like I might wake up tomorrow and be just as dumb as King Kane and We Were Born. Ooh. So then I don't want to go there. So let's go to shadiest moment. Do you have a shadiest moment for the finale? And also let us know in the comments.
Do you mind if I highlight some comments? Yeah, they may speak on the ones that shall not be named, but I just wanted to highlight a comment because I saw some people came through. Shout out to Magic User. Thank you for being here. You late, but you here. Appreciate you. Yes, we're gonna need your energy to get through this this episode. But yes, victim shaming, shaking my head. Hey y'all, hey Blue Devil Babe, good to see you.
Yes, thanks for being here.
Is late as hell, but
that's the girl Blue Devil Babe.
Yes, good to see you. Ashley Monet said, I'm kind of glad there's no reunion because this was triggering and way too heavy, especially for what this show is supposed to be. Yes, you hit the nail on the head, Ashley. Like we always say we're here for the shade. We're like broken records, but like we're here for the shade. But I feel like this season in particular is so heavy. It's so like stuff that you don't really want to make fun of or, make light of. It's like, yeah, I don't know. They went left with this season. I'm not gonna lie. But let's see. Ashley said, as a watcher, I didn't think Oliver was lying, but I felt like he was doing a lot, being that there is no audio or video or anything of this, and then not giving Kane the green screen to explain gave me. Wait, did she have it? Oh, one-sided. Okay. I mean, he did end up giving his account of what happened when he sat down at the batting cage with We Were Born and Wayne. So I wouldn't say that he didn't have a point of view or he didn't give his point of view. He did give it later, I guess you could say. So that is fair to say. But yeah, like I said, again, I don't really think Oliver was doing the most. I feel like if somebody doesn't want to be touched and you decide to touch them anyway, you're accepting whatever they're going to give you, like.
And then I'm sorry to cut you off again, but I see people in like the comments saying like there's no video or like audio proof. Like there's really no no video proof, but you can't like legally show video proof of somebody being assaulted. So I'm pretty sure that's why they didn't include that. But
well, Kane agreed. He admitted that he did it too.
Yeah, I was just
that's not. It's not. Wait, yeah, it's not. Nobody's like that's not up for like discussion. Like he did do it. Like he admitted to doing it. I think he just feels like, oh, you feel like it's assault because you're jealous. Versus us saying, well, if he told you not to touch him,
right?
Even if he's jealous, don't touch him. What's so hard about that? But
right. Like, yeah, Kane admitted to at the bat, and he said, "I could touch you this day, but I can't touch you that day." So he admitted to putting his hands on Oliver, and Oliver said, "Don't touch me." So no shade to people in the audience, but I'm lost on how we're like placing the blame on Oliver.
Yeah, like, I don't.
And when he told Kane not to touch him.
Yeah, I again, like I said, like you can be jealous, even if Oliver is jealous and feel some type of way. That doesn't really change what happened. Like, let him be jealous, leave him alone, and let him go be jealous. Again, I could see if he was talking shit, if he was interrupting Kane as Kane spoke and gave his, spiel. I could see if he was talking shit about Tonka and just being messy and rude and bringing up Kane. Remember when we used to mess around? Like I could see if he was doing that. That would give jealousy. But
yeah,
the energy is put on him and he doesn't want it.
Right,
it's him putting energy on somebody else.
And then, like you said in the review for episode 12, when the Kane and Oliver met up prior to the party, Kane came over to Oliver's place. Nothing really about that, like, and I'm not trying to like harp on Kane or like make it seem like I'm on Oliver's side, but nothing about that scene said that Oliver was jealous of Tonka and Kane's relationship. And then Kane is saying like, oh, once the cameras went off, like, oh, you let me fill you up. And it's like, well, nobody's talking about there being like no audio and video proof of that allegedly happening, but everybody is like, oh, there's no proof of you being assaulted, so we're just gonna say that you're jealous. Like,
yeah,
please make it make sense. I'm not seeing the jealousy coming from.
I'm not really seeing it. I'm seeing the jealousy. I don't think that's the reason why he went off on Kane. I just don't. He didn't want to be touched. I feel like when people get into fights just for putting their hand in somebody's face. Don't put your hand in my face. Oh, I'll put my hand in your face. We start, people get, into fights for throwing a drink on somebody. So if somebody grabs your ass and you don't want them to grab your ass, that's a recipe for a fight. Like, because that's the most personal. That's worse than somebody putting a hand in your face, So, yeah. Do we want to get into, you said the shadiest moment?
Yes, shadiest moment.
Shadiest moment. Okay, I have a couple. I don't have any notes, so I'm kind of going off the dome, so bear with me. But one of the shady moments I got was when when Seven sat down with her drag mother, who I loved. I thought she was super dope, gave her great advice. Yes. And was super cool, super chill. Just definitely giving mother tease. But I guess when she told her that like the girls be coming for her being fresh face, where's her makeup at? And then her mom was like, well, let's you're giving real girl right now, and we need Cabaret brand, we need Drew Friday. You're giving regular girl at the mall, like in so many words. And so that kind of sent me because it was just like she said it in such a professional way, in such a caring way, but it was just like, you might need to step your game up, step your pussy up a little bit. No shade, but it was a little shady, but in a good way. What was your shadiest moment?
So I know I said I wasn't gonna talk about this certain individual, but Tonka shooting her shot at Wayne the Pain, at Wayne Z Pain. Ooh, and not telling her nigga that she was shooting her shot at Mr. Pain. I said that's.
I wanted to talk about this, but go ahead. I just have a question.
Because I also have questions. I was trying to figure out like when did Tonka send a DM? How far along in her relationship with Kane was she when she sent this damn DM to Wayne? Like, I have questions. Like, it sounds like Tonka was trying to pull up late night.
Is that what that gave?
That's one of the text messages. Like, oh, we can pull up and you can pull up or we can go out and we can this was after the surgery because Kane was
Okay.
like, no, I'm not sorry. Wayne was like, "Can you drink?" And Tonka was like, "I can't drink, but I could like eat certain foods to drink water." So,
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I wasn't getting that he wanted to hook up with Wayne. I got that he just wanted to hang out with Wayne and like, because I was expecting to see some innuendos or like some, yeah, I'm trying to see what's up with that thing, like something. But it was just like, oh, like I'll pull up, we can hang out. Oh, I can't drink, I can eat. That was it. So I was just kind of like, okay. I feel like if I got that DM, I wouldn't think that he was trying to sleep with me. Like I would just be like, oh, you want to hang out. But maybe that's just me. Let us know in the chat how y'all felt. Um, but
okay.
let's see. Spicy Original said those texts didn't look flirty to me. Yeah, but I feel like I'm the type of person where you really have to flirt with me for me to like really register that you're like, because I'm just like, oh, this person's just being nice. Like I don't think of it like as a flirty thing, but and then the way he brought it up, it made me think like, oh, he was really about to gag the girls. And it was like, I'm looking at these messages like, I need a little more evidence. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Goodness.
But
child, Tonka should have sent the ass shot to Wayne
Oh.
on all fours in the thong, baby. Now that would have really got the conversation.
I ain't shit, but what if she was in the hospital gown? Because you know how hospital gowns have your ass.
Ass out my goodness. Jesus.
And then a nurse just walk in, you taking a nude, like, oh, you feeling better? Like, oh my god, that would have been funny. But,
my last shady moment, I know this scene, Cassadine. Shout out to Cassadine. So,
and you said what was this?
The waiting to exhale scene. So this is before
Tonka. This is your favorite moment?
The shadiest moment. Now,
okay.
There was no favorite moments this episode, baby. There were standout moments, but there was no favorite.
That's why you skipped it, because I was like, why did he just go right to shadiest moment? I'm like, that's why.
Okay? Listen, I said this episode was nothing but a pack of idiot bitches. So I don't have any favorite moments. So shadiest moment, the waiting to exhale scene. So Tonka, Twix, Cassadine, and Jamor are backstage. They're waiting to go to, I guess, film the music video for Tonka's music video. Mm-hmm. I said, this is uncomfortable because allegedly not Tonka, but Kana had his hands in all these girls' cookie jar. Girl got her hands where girls' hands ain't supposed to be unless she washing. So that's
the flavor of love. Yes.
That's a violation right there. It's just, how do y'all feel? I think I asked this, but I'm not sure if I asked this question, but how would y'all feel about because this is so crazy. I guess your friend dating somebody that's been intimate with your friend group, or like close friend group.
Ooh.
Like, I think it kind of goes on par with what you said, like mind your business.
Yeah.
But it's just,
am I the friend or am I?
You're the friend.
So I had with somebody else, and then they're with my friend now, or I'm in the relationship with somebody, and they had with my friend.
So you had with somebody, and now they're dating your friend, and the same person that's dating your friend, they had like maybe two of your other friends.
Damn, not two of them.
Both of them, okay?
It ain't too many of these girls I can't have. What if you just say, I don't give a fuck if they was real sisters? Maybe that's what Kane is giving. I don't give a fuck if they was real sisters. But
that's a lot.
Yeah, I think if I had with somebody and now they're dating, I feel like I would have talked about it with my friend earlier, like early in it. Unless like I didn't know that they were talking to them and then they just like brought the person around. But like I feel like, it's a small world. So like I wouldn't be like, if I was like in the relationship and they had together, if it was before me and I didn't know the situation, then I can't really say anything. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if I was like the friend, I would just tell my friend like, that's old boy. Cause like, I feel like I talk to my friends about people that I'm dating or like messing around with. So it's just like, yeah, that's old boy that I was telling you about a couple months ago or a year ago. And they're like, oh, really? And it's like, yeah. And then that's it. I mean, they can take that how they want to take it, but I'm not gonna. Obviously, I'm gonna have boundaries. I'm not gonna be all up in his face. Like,
see, I think like I would never like date or kind of entertain anybody that like a friend of mine dated. But if I was in a friend group and I guess like I don't know, if I was in a friend group and somebody was like making their rounds to like my friends, I would reevaluate my friendship, but I'm definitely going to reevaluate the person that is dating the person that's I don't know, willing to. How's it taste, motherfucker? Every time I get 5 seconds, that's what I think about.
I'm thinking of what old girl say from what movie is it? But she's Poetic Justice. Just think about every time you kiss him, you taste my pussy. Like, Jesus.
Hey, there are kids in here, baby. Yeah, I would never entertain or date anybody or somebody that my friend had dated. And
I said
I don't really. I'm trying to figure out how to form this sentence. Like I lost my train of thought, but no, I wouldn't entertain somebody that just been with my friend.
And I said this, like I said this a couple episodes ago, but people were saying like, oh, this is when the whole topic about, oh, y'all don't think that he could be interested in Tonka. Y'all don't think. I said that. I said he's this before they even got together. I'm like, he's been with this one, and I'm not trying to slut shame nobody. Do you let have? But like, it just seems like, oh, I'm just the next person because I'm in your proximity.
Right.
And luckily, I do feel like they have a genuine connection, but it's very messy.
It is.
You know? It's like going out of your way to be messy. Like, I know, like, Atlanta has so many black gays. Like, come on. Like,
true.
And this is where you want to, it's just, I'm not a firm believer in shitting where I eat or, eating where I shit. So I'm always like, maybe not. Because this is too close in proximity to this person,
But now, I did say that I don't know Miss Tonka very well, but I'm a little upset that King Kane was the first model on that new body. That's all I'm gonna say.
Off with their heads, because bitches is nobodies. Okay. But yes, I'm also bad about that.
Whatever Onika said, but I like Tonka. I was having a conversation with Ronald a couple of days ago, and we discussed like Tonka possibly being I hate this word, whipped. Let's just say whipped. Because there is so many signs of just like blatant disrespect. At least for me as a viewer, there have been numerous signs of just blatant disrespect, and just from like the pronouns. So I'm gonna call Tonka whatever the fuck I'm gonna call her, and just
very early with the disrespect and red flags.
Yeah, real early, and just like the groping or alleged groping of the Tonka's friends. It's just like a bunch of red flags and a lot of disrespect. So I really, really do like Tonka. I feel like she was a great addition to the show, but I just want her. Hopefully, she's not in the mindset of like I have a man and I kind of have to keep my man to so that I'm happy, or I just hope that she doesn't have that mindset because she deserves so much more better, way better. Like,
and that's
say I don't want to harp on Kane, but it's the disrespect is just way too blatant and just out there to be ignored.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, and I know Tonka said something. I think right before the surgery when they had that consultation with the surgeon. Well, it's not a consultation; the pre-surgery meeting or whatever. And she was basically saying like, "Oh, like Kane is here, or Kane is here for me, and basically saying like, oh, like I wasn't expecting this, and like almost like she didn't think she deserved it, or like like this isn't something that someone that she's been with has ever done for her. So it's like, oh, you must really like me. And I feel like sometimes that happens where like people get into relationships and it's like, oh, like this person does this for me and this for me, but it's like overlooking the like bad things, and everybody has good and bad in them, but it's just like the bad is overlooking the good. But I feel like because of where she is right now, in her journey, her weight loss journey and her self-esteem journey. I feel like he unfortunately caught her at a time where it was like, ugh, you're vulnerable to that. Mm-hmm. So I agree with you for sure.
Oh damn, camera keep flipping. I'm like, what's going on? I
did. Before we keep going, somebody's going back and forth. No shade. I might get back to it. I might skip over it right now because I'm trying to decipher what's going on. Mm-hmm. But let's see. The Charles the Great said, "You date my ex. We are no longer friends, babe. Nothing personal. I just know he gonna try to smash on a lot. I'm always the one that got away. Period. Not all your exes. I'm always the one that got away." Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's a small world. I feel like if you dated somebody and then a year later your friend is with them, that's weird. I could see if you used to talk to somebody like you in your 30s now, you used to talk to somebody in college or high, and then I guess it depends on how close y'all were. Like if you dated somebody for 3 years, I'm not about to date them. Like for what? Like no. Like, but if you dated somebody for like 2 months and it was like 5 years ago, then who cares? Right. But if it's like somebody that like your actual ex, somebody you have an actual relationship with,
yeah.
Nah.
No. Now, but what if he was a slide dealing with a nigga? Somebody started messing with your ass. Is that different? Not really a relationship, but you was just a slide. Is there a difference?
The Now That's TV in me wants to say no. There's no difference. Even if I'm the slide, no. My dick is my dick. My ass is my ass. Oh, this is so vulgar. My goodness. Sorry, mom. But yeah, and I'm not saying that in a possessive way, but just in like a, if I was a slide, then I guess I wouldn't care because I was a slide. It was just sex. If I'm a slide, I guess. But
as long as you're playing apartments and his name and your name. For him.
Never that at all. But I can't knowingly go behind anyone I call a friend. And I don't like to think of people like that, like sloppy seconds or like, like I don't think of people like that, but like, I don't know. It's just messy. Mm-hmm. And especially since y'all are all in a group and you've hit multiple people within the group. That's too much.
It's crazy because thinking back to the meat market, the speed dating, they said there was a gentleman like in the crowd that was, I guess, on a King Kane tip. So King Kane is
Cameron's ex.
Yeah. Trying to run through the group, and now King Kane is like actually infiltrated the group. Oh, his Agent 47 shit. My goodness.
Jesus. I bet they regret those sessions they had. I know Oliver probably is, but do you want to talk about I also had another shady moment that was funny. So during Tonka's the recording of their music video, when she was down on the ground giving it her all down on the floor, she was giving it though. I was living for it. But after that they cut to I think whoever that was, it was a guy sitting at the bar, I think. But I think that's Oliver's assistant, because I think he was in a scene with Oliver, like talking about the things that they had prepared.
Okay, Darius.
I forgot his name. Oh, is that Darius?
Yeah, I think Darius. Oliver's best friend / assistant, something like that.
Okay, yeah. Wait, does he have 2 assistants? Because I thought, isn't he? Because there's the one dude, he's like brown skin. The guy I'm talking about is like kind of bigger. Oh, his intern. That's who it is.
Okay.
He has an intern and he has an assistant.
Okay.
So his the intern, the guy that interns for him was like, Tonka, we big girls. We can't be on the floor doing all that. And I was like, first of all, lies, because Tonka ate. But then when Tonka got up and was like, child, I forgot I had that surgery. I'm out of breath. My back hurt, my neck hurt. I said, well, damn, you know what? Maybe she was right. Like, but she still ate though. She still ate. Like,
my goodness.
Yeah.
Tom probably was sore as hell.
Right? Just got in a bath of ice water. Like,
Not in a whirlpool, man.
Right? like the trainers do, like the Olympics or some shit. Like, but yes. But yeah. Oh, did we talk about looks? I don't think I have a look. Unfortunately.
Before we get into looks, I did want to talk about my funniest moment.
Okay.
This so it was just Cassidy losing his hairline in the middle of the fight.
He talked about that too. Shout out to Rico. He was in the chat talking about that.
He said my hairline was ruined, and I felt that.
Jesus.
Like, baby, I felt that. That's how I feel when I take off my do-rag and my hairline is not giving what I wanted to get.
Right.
The 4 hours that my do-rag has been on and my hairline is not, my hairline is so, I felt that. Cassidy is cool. Cassidy is one of those people. Him, Cassidy, Kendra, Dom. I feel like those are three.
I think Jay too, when, in certain instances. Okay. I feel like he's a good time.
Okay, naturally entertaining, just funny. Like, I would love to hang out with like Cassidy and Kendra and Dom. Such a cutie. But Cassidy losing his hair in the Rumble. And it's also funny to see people last season who were like at the height of the drama kind of be breaking up the drama this season. So I'm like, look at Cassidy breaking up the fight. This is what they went through last season when you decided to light up your cast members and your boss with that mace. So look at you on the other side of it. No shade to anybody that no shade to anybody that was hit by the mace, but look at Cassidy on the other side of the fence. That's growth, baby. That's growth. That's growth.
That is growth. That's growth. I'm here for it. Maced him in that fur coat. I'm sorry, Dario. Why doesn't Dario keep catching strays? No shade. Shout out to Dario, but especially after they got done fighting, he's like, "What you say about Dario?" I'm like, "Child, here we go."
What Dario got to do with this? Then Dario probably like, "Now, why am I in it?
Why am I in it? I'm just here doing my job."
Baby, I'm just to make the biscuits. Why am I in this? Like, it is. But yeah, shout out to Cassidy is the key. But did you said you didn't have any favorite looks for the finale?
I didn't have any favorite looks. I barely took notes, so I'm just kind of going off of my memory. But
okay,
if anybody has any looks, because I've been editing the episode, so or re-editing it, so I do remember. Like, I feel like if you said a look, I would probably remember it, but like I just can't think of any off the top of my head.
Okay. I would say Kane's marble jacket in the confessional. I really liked it was like blue, orange, reddish kind of.
Oh, I think I remember.
I thought that was really dope. A really cute jacket. And then Twix's biker bitch denim look. The bandana, the bundles.
Oh,
the jacket. I thought that was a very inappropriate outfit to go see your therapist in. I'm like, wait. I'm like, to go to a therapy session, a counseling session?
You said, take me as I am. Okay. Take me in my natural state. Like,
I was like, oh, that's how we put up on our therapist? Baby, I'm about to go to see my barber and it's in just a denim jacket.
Baby, with all this shit going on, I don't know. Twan was like, you know what? I'm gonna get you a shirt. Because I don't need no allegations. I am not trying to be inducted into this cult. This sex cult. My goodness.
That's what it's giving.
It's definitely giving sex cult. Like,
then my last look, Montel, the Chasing Atlanta OG. He put up to have a conversation with Jay Moore. So his fit, that was my favorite fit. The hat, the fan, the blazer. Montel thick as fuck. For a minute, I was like, is this Kiki from Chasing Dallas? And I was like, no, this is too late. I'm like, okay, serving a body. I wasn't mad at it.
Thicker than this nigga. I was here for it. Girl, you're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. That's what it was giving.
I want Montel's body.
Yes, I want that body. But Pickens also wanted to highlight Dom's conductor or Dior fit with the conductor hat and the weave jacket. Yes, very Bodega Venta. Also, I said this is the look that was given a Queen Latifah tee, a Missy Elliott tee, a Mona Simone tee.
Not this damn light turning off.
But yes, I also lived for that look. Let's see. Magic User says, I don't care for the Rico character, but that damn Kane is the most annoying. I don't think I'd personally hang out with anyone from the cast. Maybe Willa, and if Rico is still there. Rico with a K. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there are a couple of people this season where it's like I like parts of them, but I do think compared to last season, I feel like Rico has definitely grown. Um and I agree with him, of course, on the whole like consent thing, but um yeah, I feel like he's grown. And I feel like I feel like that's what kind of started to annoy me about Willa, is that I saw the growth in her. And not to say that you don't take steps back and, advance and all of that. But I just feel like she was growing this season, and then she just kind of let the tensions get the best of her. Can we talk about an unhinged moment? I don't want to say it's the funniest moment, but the unhinged moment. And one of the girls that shall not be named is at the center of it. So when they're at the batting cage, fucking JT impersonating Willa, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, did you practice this in a mirror? Like, I'm so confused. Like,
very nutty.
I was just like,
very nutty.
No shade. If I was there, I would have been like, what excuse can I make up to leave? Like, ooh, y'all, I left my oven on. I gotta go. Cause it was just giving like,
baby, my pussy's gone crazy. I gotta go.
Right. Like pussy going crazy. Yes. She's a little nutty, Your Honor. she's very nutty. Little like
very gone. JT would be perfect for Amy Dumas' Gone Girl character.
Baby.
Yes. Jay would be perfect for a Gone
Definitely can play the role of Amy Doom for sure. Yes. Oh my God. That's so funny.
I also kind of want to talk about, I don't want to backtrack because I know I said I was going to talk about them, but the way they acted at that damn batting cage, I could see why they were removed from that flight. I said, not y'all out here swearing, cutting up in front of these kids.
Right, in front of the kids. I said,
if I don't go get y'all like a private cage where y'all can cut up, I'm like, this little is public, and y'all out here swearing and dropping all types of F-bombs. So I was like, oh, this is probably why they were removed from the flight. And then We Were Born being so delusional, they'll be like, oh, Berlin was discriminated against. I'm like, discrimination?
Now that I think about it,
in Atlanta, no shade, but
I'm not saying that they're lying. I'm not saying that they lying. They said just given the things that have happened, I'm wondering.
In public at that damn batting cage. So I was like, maybe that's why they were removed from the airport.
Yeah, and I think I said that, or you said that when Wayne said like why he didn't get off the plane in a couple episodes back, and I'm like, Jay Twan was acting a fool. I wonder what actually happened,
Baby.
But yeah,
you cutting up. I ain't getting off this damn flight. Off this flight, I got places to be. If you want to be on a flight with me, get your shit together. So I just thought that the batting cage scene was weird.
It was very weird, and then not Kane talking about, oh, I pissed on him, I did this, I did that. I'm like, there are kids right behind you,
right?
Like, mind you, they were like teenagers, but still, like
they're sitting in front of Berlin having a conversation about the shit he did with Oliver in front of a lady. I'm like, you don't have any respect for, like, there's a lady sitting right there. Like,
whatever happened to Southern hospitality?
Right?
Like,
come on, Sheree. Like, you were supposed to pause for like.
I know I should have paused a little bit longer. I didn't know if he was gonna get it because I was like, damn, I should have paused a little longer, but you got it. Like, she reading cue cards, baby. Ooh, shout out to Sheree. But yeah, I thought the battle cage scene was weird as hell too. Not too much on it. I just I feel like there was a lot of problematic thought processes, a lot of problematic thinking in this like episode in particular. And one of the things was, like I said, like I just think it's really lame to like have sex with somebody, do whatever y'all do, and then turn around and shame them for it when you were there getting off on it like they were. And Kane kind of gives me the type of person, because he always referring to, my hoes, my this, my that. And it's like, I don't know Kane's sexual position. I don't care to know, but it kind of gives me those people that like Tops, for instance, that feel like, okay, well, I can fuck all these people and I'm fine. That doesn't reflect badly on my character. But if you're a bottom and you're fucking all these people, or if you're in the submissive role, you're somehow less than.
Right.
And it's like, and he kind of said that when he said, "Oh, you let me violate you," and it's like, if y'all had consensual sex, how is it a violation?
Right.
If that's something that he wanted, and that's something that he wanted, you didn't violate him. He consented to it. Like, as far as we know, because that's up in the air now. So, yeah, I just thought that was a weird situation, and I feel like they're kind of like doing what they accuse Oliver of doing.
Very much.
It's weird, like, because they're like, oh, you have all these people banded against us, like you've influenced all these people to hate us, but in reality y'all are really only coming together to talk shit about Oliver. So in reality y'all are the ones that are doing that, especially since JT and Berlin were so quick to take Kane's side, even though they didn't even see anything happen. All they saw was the slap. So it's like, you're so quick to jump to his defense when you didn't even see anything happen. Like, and it's like, somebody getting their ass grabbed is not something that's going to be like, it's not like a slap where you hear the noise and it's like, what the fuck was that? Or you just so happen to be around and you see the hand or whatever. But like, somebody grabbing somebody's ass is so slight. Like, that's why it happened in the club all the time. Like, because nobody can really see and nobody's really paying attention. But yeah, I thought the scene was weird. Yeah, just I think it made them look bad. And I think it's unfortunate because I think they all have something about them that is cool and that I like, but I just I can't be a part of. I can't contribute and consume anything that they're a part of outside of this show anymore, because y'all are
accountability. Yeah, all of the blame on because y'all dislike him. So
yeah,
it was just weird for me. Like I said, I don't want to give him too much. Overall, it's sucky and I guess tacky as the scene was. I guess we could just thank production and Dario, all the producers, EPs over at Chasing for giving us 6 amazing seasons of Chasing Atlanta. It sucks that a show like this positive and this elite has to end on such a sour, kind of like rotten note. Like, I never would have thought like Chasing Atlanta would have ended with assault allegation.
Yeah.
And then I never would have thought somebody saying like, oh, I was like touched against my will would go to, oh no, you're lying because you're jealous. Like they literally lost me. And I'm not blaming production. It's just the cast and the cast being old as they are and lacking, like we said, the awareness and accountability. Like, I would never, even to my worst enemy, if they was like, oh, like something happened to me, like this person touched me against someone, I'm like, oh no, bitch, you jealous. You feel some type of way about them. You making this up, like, and this is why people don't come forward, especially men. This is why men don't.
That's true.
When they are assaulted, so it's like, oh, you a man, you supposed to defend yourself, and it's like.
And then when he did, it was an issue.
Yeah, I mean, I've never experienced it, thank God. But just like I've had friends who have been through that, and they say it's like not really a physical. It's you mentally trying to process what the fuck is going on. So.
Yeah.
So
I'll say
I just it's an unfortunate situation that this happened, that this is happening.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been like, I'll say like I've experienced what Oliver experienced. Like I think like I don't know if anybody else has experienced. I mean, I'm sure people experience it too. It's common, but like I don't know if anybody that's listening or in the chat has experienced it. But like being at the club, like I've been at the club sometimes and then like felt somebody like touch my butt and be like, what the fuck? Like, and then I like, who the fuck is it? But it's like, it's a bunch of people I'm around. So it's just like, and like, it pisses me off because it's like, don't touch me. You don't even know me. And you didn't even have the balls to like be in my face. Like you tried to do it on the low. And it's like, I think that's kind of I don't want to say common in gay culture, but I've heard of like other people dealing with that where they're in a space, a gay space, and it's like, oop, you got groped. And it's like, bitch, don't grope me. You don't know me. Like, respect my boundaries, you know? So yeah, it's unfortunate that like a platform that you said, like you said, is that's this well off and that is this established and that in this polished is going through things like this. Um, but yeah, I just think the problematic thinking is terrible. And I feel like we need more education. Um, especially when it comes to like even like growing up. Like I feel like growing up people need that understanding of this is consent, this is not consent. You know, this is we need to start with that early so that when people become adults, they already know that. Versus here, it's like y'all in y'all like 20s, 30s, and still don't understand that no means no, like you said. So it's just kind of crazy that people I think they know that that's the case because when it happens to them, they'll be singing a different tune. But because they want to do it, and they don't want to take accountability, I think that's the, you know, oh, it's all these excuses or whatever. Um, but yeah, any other scenes you want to highlight?
Not really.
Place with this.
I feel like we pretty much covered everything that I feel like we covered without harping on too many or any scene in particular. I did say.
I'm sorry. I had one more thing. Because so we were born, or not we were born. So Jatwan, when they're talking about like, oh, the allegations or whatever, Jatwan and Wayne are like, oh, well, they didn't say that at first. What they said was he's been touchy-feely with me too. And so I'm like, okay, that's valid. If he made you feel uncomfortable because you're speaking on it. So like, okay, I understand that. But why are we waiting till now to bring it up? It would be different if like this happened, you know, weeks ago, and then out of context you brought it up to Oliver. But to bring it up to kind of combat what Oliver is saying is kind of weird to me. And it's like almost like you're trying to like you didn't care about it in the moment, but now that Oliver has his allegation out, you're like, oh well, he assaulted me. When in reality, you're just like, oh okay. Like if he made you feel uncomfortable, like by all means address it. But why bring it up in this context? It's almost like you're trying to invalidate his, you know, point or whatever. So just another little weird tactic that they were trying to do to like push that narrative. But
also peeped that. I thought that was weird. But then again, that's what you get when you put like four, I guess, drunken weirdos together.
Okay, that was light. Wasn't that bad?
I don't know if they was drunk, but oh yeah, that's what happens when you just put four idiots together. Like, anyway, I'm so tired of talking about them. I do want to say that my favorite of the episode and my favorite of the season was hands down Dominique. I feel like Dominique had the best, in my opinion, had the best evolution from last season up until this season. We saw him like during, we saw him go through a breakup. We saw him bounce back and come, you know, work. Put his business on the forefront. We saw him collaborate with other people throughout the season, and then we get to see him be vulnerable and funny and just open up and just share like his life's journey with us. So Dominique down, hands down, and he's been turning out the looks. He's been turning out the fit. So Dom hands down has been like my favorite of the season. Him and Kendra, but mostly Dom, just because he's been so self-aware. He had no problem being vulnerable. If he had an issue with anybody, he wasn't like backbiting and talking shit. He addressed it head on. Jatwan, any issue he had with Seth.
Did you freeze? She froze. And she was really spitting too. But yeah, I like Dom too. While we're trying to get Troy back on the scene. Yeah, I agree. I like Dom. I think Dom has shown the most growth. And yeah, I feel like he's just more open-minded now. You could tell that the fight with Wayne has really like not changed him, but I feel like he kind of grew from it. And yeah, it's definitely like don't start none, won't be none with him, it seems. But let me add a couple comments. Um Iron Serenity said, I love me some Neek Neek. We got to see his growth and Pop Wayne. True. And I feel like the season has been so long that like I forgot that even happened. I forgot that they twirled. Did they even ever make up? I don't know. Maybe off camera because they were both at Kane's party. But yeah, I do like Dominique. He's one of the people that I want to see like do more. Go to another reality show or be a part of some type of production for sure. That's my thing. He used violate and no one checked. He used violate and no one checked that usage. I was really shocked. Yeah, and like, the first scene with
Okay, my bad. I don't know what is going on with Xfinity, but yeah, my internet just went off for some reason.
Oh my god.
Okay, so can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, I was about to say, do I gotta catch a flight catch the train over to
okay, hold on. I think
Detroit?
it's working again. So I'll be right back.
Okay. But yeah, and you saw that when okay, so the scene with Tonka and Kane, one of the first scenes of the episode, he said that, and he was saying a lot of things where I was like, if I was Tonka, I would be interjecting because I have questions and I want them to be answered. Like he said, you use the term violate. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, why would you say that? Like, and Tonka was just kind of just sitting there listening. And I'm just kind of like, I don't want to interject, but it's like, I have questions because I need clarification because some of the things you're saying, problematic. Like, Magic User said, thank you, Trey. I was so irritated. They were out there yelling those profanities and stuff around kids and parents. Terrible look for us. Yeah. Okay. And then you want to talk about not having Kuth, Kane. You of all people. Like, what I talk about not having Kuth? But let's see. Nope. Amy Handle, Twan could never keep it together long enough.
This one and Gone Girl.
Oh yes. You're right. Could never keep his composure. They said, what did he say? Leave, bye. They're like, bye. Like they was so 7.
Yes,
you were a real one for that one.
Down for me, like
I live for 7 for that one. Like,
definitely me.
Because it's one of those things where like someone gets so mad, like. And it's like they get even madder because it's like you're not giving them their energy. They want you to get to their level. And it's like, no, I'm not. And then it's like they get even madder. And it's just like a mess. Someone needs anger management. I really think Rico was spearheading the season and was going to win the whole season, but his whole personality shifted after the X situation. Yeah, and you know what? I feel like that's real. Like I definitely feel like that kind of put him in his feelings, which is valid. People go through stuff, but before that, he was really like becoming like fun and popular, and like and even I would say Jay, like, and then the situation with Yam Killer, it was just like,
right.
So it is what it is. Do you think that Jay is projecting? I've been seeing that. Just his situation with Yam Killer. Do you think he's projecting on the top? Okay. I also do feel that as well, because I don't want to seem like I'm biased or anything, but I do feel like he is harping on, he's kind of using that and feeling like maybe Tonka is going down that same road and then trying to stop him. But it's like, you got to let people, all you can do, like I think Ashley Monet, all you got to do is, all you can do is give your opinion and then step back, because people are grown. They're gonna do what they want to do. So all you can do is just be there for them. But yeah. Speaking of Ashley Monet, here she come with the shade For some reason, that just reminded me of a Kaya Fire phone.
My goodness. Yes, Xfinity playing on my face.
And then what I hear Serenity say, it's not Xfinity's fault. Fix it, Troy.
My goodness.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Xfinity they gotta get their shit together.
Yes. You know they do be carrying sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
It hasn't been too bad, but still they need to get their shit together.
Worst case, blame StreamYard.
Blame StreamYard. Very true. StreamYard do be trying it. They keep fucking the goddamn video
camera. Oh my god. But imagine you just said, I feel bad for Jay because he probably wouldn't have thought Tonka would be so weird / weak. I mean, they're close, so I don't know if they've ever been in a situation like this before or if this is new. I don't know what Tonka's dating history looks like. But I wish them the best. I do say that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care for Kane. I don't like Kane at all. But you know, if they're gonna be together, I wish them the best. Maybe there will be some growth out of this situation. That's what I'm hoping for, I guess. But so this being the last last episode of the series. If they were to do another season, who's staying and who's going? Can I go first?
Yes.
Okay. So who's staying, who's going? Y'all know I like a small group. So I'm just 5 people to focus on. I'm going to say Tony, of course, mother, doing the damn thing. Not only does she seem funny and cool and interesting and well-adjusted, she is chill. She's not really trying too hard to get attention. She seems well-adjusted. She seems to be in control of her emotions. You know, and she has things going for herself. So I say her. I say Jay because Jay is funny and also has things going for himself. Dom, Tonka, and then I would say, honestly, I'm gonna say I feel like I'm missing somebody. I guess I'll say that's it. 4 people instead of 5. Bring some new people in, I guess.
Okay.
What about
say you? Dom, Tag, Tony, Kendra.
Oh, that's a good one. I should have added her, Kendra.
Cassadine.
Oh, I forgot about Cassadine too. Damn. Okay.
My goodness.
Oh my god. Okay. Shout out to Vonnie for being here.
Yes, thanks for being here, Vonnie.
Yeah, good to see you. Add Vonnie on shit. I don't care. I don't know what he's up to, but he'll definitely bring the personality. But Ashley Monet said he may be projecting, but the concerns are valid. True. He just, you know, he be saying it with his chest. You could tell, like, just in the confession when he going off, it's like, oh, this is deep.
Right.
Like, I'm lost on who on this cast was really friends. The fallout seemed severe, and yes, the essay would have played a role, but I feel some skeletons got released. Yeah, the girls were hunching. I think if I'm correct, if I can get this correct, Kane is in the center because he had Oliver, he had Jay, and then he also, I don't think he messed around with Rico. I think he just touched Rico inappropriately, right? If I'm not mistaken. So, I'm sorry. LaCharles the Great, he put the people he wanted to stay on the cast, and I thought it was the people that Kane had messed around with. So I was like, whoa, because Willa's on there, Sam's on there. I'm like, whoa. But anyway, but yeah, he got with them, and then I guess Jay's ex was messing with what's his face? Was messing with why am I forgetting names all of a sudden? Twix. And I think that's it. I guess it's just them just kind of having back and forth.
Wait, the Yam Club smashed Twix?
Apparently, that's what we found out from that live when he talked about the water sports that they was doing.
Goodness.
Yeah, because he was like, oh, he was like, yeah, Jay, like Oliver was messing with your ex, and you ain't even say nothing about it, but you mad at me. It's like, I also get the vibes that, I mean, I guess it's kind of obvious now, but We Were Born and Kane, it's almost like they're mad that they weren't accepted by the group. It's almost like they wanted the people that they don't like Oliver, for instance, to like be their friend and hang out with them and enjoy them. And when that didn't happen, it just I kind of get that vibes. Like they wanted to be in the crew, in the circle, but it didn't. Like Oliver was like, no, I'm good. And so that kind of turned into resentment.
I could see that.
But just an observation. Jay still goes by he and Tonka she sometimes, so it would be strange to have her get allegedly beat and cheated on and mind his business too. I don't know. Ooh.
Wait, somebody was getting not DV, my goodness.
Yeah. Magic User, can you re-edit this? Because I'm still marinated on it. Let me know what you mean by that. What do you mean by that? But yes, in terms of the cast, Pickens said Willa, Tony, Rico with a K, Dom, and Troy. Friend ofs can be Kendra, Jay, and Tonka. Okay. Y'all love y'all some Troy. I mean, I don't mind Troy, but I just don't really know what he be bringing to the plate. No shade.
Tad brings the princess, the delicate, the delicacy.
Like, I can see that.
The unpredictability. That's what he brings. He brings the big dog and the princess.
Yes, the diva and the gangster. The mask and the film. I'm here for it. Magic User said Kendra is a no. She never brings anything but an argument / fight in some grand speech about how they should act when she's part of the problem. I'm not gonna lie, it was a key that she had that long ass speech. You know what it kind of gave me at Kane's party? Deep cut, but if anybody that watches Bad Girls Club All-Star Battle, the first season, when Stassi from season 7 had that long ass speech about how they better than fighting and drama and all of this, and then attacked Natalie. I feel like that's what it's giving. It's like, are you the one that should be giving this speech? Right message, wrong messenger. There we go. Correct message, incorrect messenger. Like, now if it was Tony that said that, I would understand. But they agree with them being a friend of the show. Okay. I don't care for 7, but she is needed for the cast. You know, 7 personality wise, I don't think I gel with her, but I do feel like she works. And she has some good connections. I'm surprised she didn't have more people that she knows on the show. But yeah, I do enjoy. I enjoyed the sit down with her and her drag mom. I thought that was really cool. Still being mothered while you a mother. It's kind of giving Blanca tease. Shout out to Pose. Because you know, Elektra was her mom, but then now she's somebody's mom. It was grandmother vibes. Okay. Troy would be the OG slot in my cast. You know who I think could be an OG that I would love to see come back, but maybe not, because they probably would have added a whole different mess to this whole situation. I could see Devon coming back, or I could see Devon having come back. I could see who else? Maybe Sky, but when I think of OGs, I think of like the first season, like that cast, Akeem, like those people. You know, Akeem went on to something else, but still, I think about them being OGs. They were on the first season. But Magic User says, yes, when Lauren was giving the speech at the reunion while her boyfriend was fucking up that thing. Listen, I'm like, you need to direct that energy to your boyfriend that's throwing chairs at the reunion. But hey, um, okay. Oh, you hear it twice? Oh, never mind. Okay, you period. Oh, and you look good. What you using your phone?
Yeah, this is for my phone because my iPad's about to die.
Okay. Yes, this is. I feel like the iPhone has such a good camera quality. It's better than
it does. I kind of miss using my phone, but I can't like my picture in the comments are like.
Oh right, you can't see. But yes. Let me highlight a couple more comments. She brings the confusion. She reminds me of Drea. The fans don't like her so much they watch just to drag her. I just feel like she has one of those personalities that's just kind of like just a little annoying, just a little bit. We all can be annoying at times, but it's just like it's like a little it's annoying to me. And I do feel like she puts herself in situations that she doesn't need to be in, like the whole like even with Wayne, like you trying to take up for Dom, and it's like Dom is a grown ass man. You talking about you telling him to pull up, and I am not against intergender violence at all, but if he pull up and y'all fight and he get the best of you, you're gonna be pretty mad, and you're probably gonna be like, he is a man that put his hands on a woman, which is true. But you told him to pull up when Dom could handle it. Dom is his own person, so it's stuff like that where you're jumping into shit, and it's like, for what? Like, let them handle their shit. Like, it's a one-on-one situation. Now, if he bring his homegirl, if Wayne bring his homegirl, then you can jump in, because now he got his homegirl with him. So, Magic User also said, I meant that many people were mad at Jay saying that he should mind his business, but if he were close to Tonka, it considered a feminine or a woman, it would be. Oh, so Magic User is basically saying like, Magic User is saying essentially like, y'all are telling Kane, or y'all are telling Jay to mind his business, but if Tonka was a woman, which I think Tonka's not binary, but if Tonka was a cisgender woman or even a trans woman, y'all would be like, you need to protect her. So I get what you're saying. Yes. Yes, I fully understand what you mean. But okay, good lighting. Yes. Great lighting. Yes. I love, you know what, never mind. But yes, Magic User also said, I would find it difficult to say nothing and mind my business if my best friend was allegedly being beat and cheated on, but staying for it. Yeah, I mean, no abuses happen. Yeah, I mean, physical abuse. Well, yeah, no physical abuse has happened yet, but I do see some red flags, like people have been saying, and I think a lot of people like Tonka. I think Tonka is a favorite, especially before this whole situation happened. I think she was definitely a fan favorite, but like, yeah, you said who being Tonka girl? Yeah, I don't see no physical violence yet, but and I hope I never see it, to be honest. But I can see you trying to take up for your friend, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Like, but yes, Iron Ray Serenity said, I miss it, or did we talk about Tonka choking Kane by the neck? Yes, we did talk about that. I was like, yikes, I don't know what's going on there. Especially since Tonka seems so passive just in general. For you to snatch up Kane like that, I was like, well, I don't know. I don't know if they have an understanding. I don't know. But yeah, let us know your thoughts, Iron Ray Serenity.
Was that after Kane and Twix fought?
After the fight, yeah. Jay said that Kane hit on her when she had her stitches. Oh, Kane hit on Tonka?
Ooh, I hope not. I hope not.
Let's see. Listen, you not giving me advice about my nigga when y'all smash. Let me have my time, girl. True, because I mean, at some point you was under the spell as well. But yeah, this is Hot Boy T to the 90th degree. Shout out to Hot Boy, bro. Hot Boys of Houston, and you know the producers of that, like, because that's definitely what this is given. There was an incident where Kane allegedly put his hands on Taka in front of Rico J in production. When this must have been talked about on the after show, wasn't it? That's crazy.
And they didn't jump on.
I know that, and I know they don't go. Baby, it would have been like the Deadly Assassination Squad. Like
you said it's the who?
It's like the opening of Kill Bill when they came through in that church, baby.
All right, my goodness.
But I'm talking about when after they killed everybody and they was jumping her.
Oh right, okay, gotcha.
Not a gun violence scene. You know? Let's put the guns away. But yeah, Kane said that they smashed and Jay said they did not. I don't know who to believe at this point. I'm just like, I love how the girls are staying out of it. Like the girls are like, I'm good. I don't need that. I wonder how Dom feels about this situation. I know Dom was in the chat. I don't know if he's still here, but you know, I know he was getting hit on by Dom, or Dom was hitting on. Kane was hitting on Dom. So I'm just curious. Like, now that all of this has come out, did Dom already know? Like, I know you get around. I know you out here. Like, I'm not saying he was interested in the first place, but like, I'm just wondering his thoughts now that all this has come out.
I also forgot that Kane told Dom that his ass was fat.
Yes. After they got into that argument, talk about some damn that ass fat. First of all, I know. Like, first of all, I know. You don't have to tell me that. Like, I know I'm dragging this wagon, and you will never have it. So keep it moving. Keep it moving. Like, with your thirsty ass. My goodness. You know how thirsty you have to be to argue with somebody and then turn around and be like, damn, that ass fat. Like, bitch, what? The nuttiness of it all. But wait, I don't think I highlighted this comment, but not choking Tonka being a damsel in distress, letting Kane beat on her. I don't know. But you know, the thing about domestic violence is that it's not just you're bigger than me so you can whoop me. There's that added level of intimacy where, you know, even if you're with somebody that's bigger than you, you could still exercise some sort of dominance over them just by manipulating them, you know, in terms of like mental abuse and emotional abuse too. So, you know, I think that's another misconception when people see two people and they're like, you getting beat on by this person, they so tiny. But it's like, it's that emotional abuse. I'm not saying that they're in an abusive relationship, but just an example, it's that emotional abuse too that adds to it. So I know couples who fight, but I don't think it's healthy in my opinion. Maybe that's how they handle their situations. I try not to judge. I mean, an argument is the most you're gonna get out of me. We're not about to put our hands on each other. That's next level. Like, the shit we did together, we could never put our hands on each other. Right? Not the Bad Girls Club. But yeah. So okay. Some fun before we head out. Thank you to everybody that's here and that was here. We appreciate y'all. You know, this is the last review of Chasing Atlanta. So, you know, it's kind of bittersweet, like I said, but I appreciate y'all keeping us company. Hope y'all are staying warm, you know, warm, comfortable, belly full, you know, something. But yeah, where was I going with that? Jesus. Oh, I was gonna say, so like something fun. What other city do you think they should do? We found out they announced that they're casting for Chasing Orlando. Don't know when that's coming out, but Orlando, Florida, of course. Where do you think they should go?
Vegas.
Ooh,
like Vegas would be lit.
Okay,
Vegas would be a good ass fucking time because I just feel like the atmosphere is lively. So much to do in Vegas. It's different. Like I feel like I would like to see what like the Black LGBTQ community does out of Vegas. Like aside from like gambling or being in a casino, like I would like to see what they do out there.
I'm also curious. What is the Black gay community like in Las Vegas? Because I never hear about it. Of course you hear about LA, but yeah, I would be curious to see that. LaCharles the Great, yes, DC would be nice. I think DC would be nice. They're in Orlando, but I was thinking Miami would have been nice.
Miami would also be lit.
Miami would have been nice, but I know places like Miami, LA, and New York are like known for being hard places to kind of film in. Like I know when we spoke to Karan Wilson, Gemini Films, check out our interview with him. He said that like Atlanta was easy to film in because there's already a culture and a community there, and they're like, oh, you want this? You're a Black gay content creator, like here you go, and people know about the show. But a place like New York is a little harder. He does the come up, so it's harder because it's New York, and it's less space. It's
right,
moves faster. It's probably harder to get spaces to film in. So, but I think Miami would be dope. Like I think that would be really cool. You said Vegas, DC would have been nice. Yeah, I think that would have been dope. Cleveland, maybe Cincinnati.
What's going on in Cincinnati? So they might as well come to Detroit if they're going to Cincinnati. What the fuck is that film in Ohio? No shade, shit.
Not you dragging Ohio.
Like no shade, but ain't shit to film in Ohio.
You said they might as well come to Detroit, baby.
They might as well come to Detroit if they gonna go to Ohio. Shit.
Yes. And speaking, Detroit is there, but also Chicago.
Yes,
Chicago would be nice. Chicago has a huge community.
I guess keeping it kind of like West Coast. I think Phoenix, like chasing Phoenix. Yeah. Chasing Phoenix or chasing Vegas would be my two picks. We're really chasing Vegas. Vegas would be lit. Because I feel like I wonder what the real estate market. I wonder how many like Black, like queer, like people work in like the real estate market in like Vegas. Just because it's so like affluent there, and it's so much money. There's money on the floor. I just want to know like if we have any like brothers or sisters that's making a killing in like the Nevada, I guess the Vegas real estate market.
So, especially since some people from Cali are going over to Las Vegas, like they trying to,
right? Because I hear that the cost of living in Vegas is way cheaper than
for now.
Yeah. Maybe it's gonna be Atlanta in a couple years. Remember, Atlanta at one point was like dirt cheap. Everybody started flocking to Atlanta.
I started moving there now. You paying what? $1,200 for a studio, and your car getting broken into every month. So it's like, but shout out to Atlanta. Atlanta treated us well. New Orleans would be great. New Orleans would be nice.
New Orleans is fun. New Orleans is such a good time.
Yes, we also went to New Orleans, and they treated us so well there.
Yes, New Orleans.
Everybody was great. But yeah, I would be down for that. I would be down for a New Orleans season. Or even them taking like a trip to New Orleans, going on like a ghost tour and like, seeing the crocodiles and all of that. So, or alligators. Baltimore. Okay. Be more. That would be
ghetto as hell.
Yeah, I'm like, that
would be ghetto as hell.
I don't know about that. I live for Be More, but I would be here for the accents. I would be here for the accents. Like, for sure. Okay, so DC is also hard to film in because of the restrictions. Okay. Yeah, because I know some places be like, you need a permit, you need a this, you need a that, and it's just like, whoa, it's expensive.
Baby, I would just tell them that I'm the third descendant of President Fitzgerald Grant Thomas III. So I'm Olivia Pope in this bitch. So I feel where
Deep cut, but you know what I thought about the other day?
What?
When he drove her to that forest and told her to get out the car, and she was like,
"Get out
no.
my
He was like,
get out of the car, Olivia." I said, "Here go my parents' fits. Here, and what else do you want from me right now? What else do you need me to do for you? Just let me know."
Not him making that thing jump. My goodness. I said, oh, okay. Not this aggression. Like,
baby.
Shout out to I am like losing my memory. Shout out to Scandal.
Yes, the Scandal. Yes. Big shots.
One in the Midwest would be nice. I don't think they've done anything in the Midwest yet.
I don't think so.
I don't think anybody has done anything in the Midwest yet, as far as I know. But
no, I don't think there's any been.
I think Chicago.
Didn't the Circle do a season in the Midwest, or am I bugging?
They did Atlanta and then they did New York. I think those are the only two. There might be some like smaller platforms that have done shows in different places. And also I want to highlight a couple comments and maybe get into some chat about the other shows, not reviewing them, just kind of talking about them, how y'all feel about them. But how do you feel about that? Because I know we've been on for a minute. So how do you feel about that?
About talking about other shows?
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to like figure out what we want to do to wrap this up. I guess I know we've been on live for a minute, so I just wanted to maybe talk about some of the other shows, I guess, just like mentioning them, just in case, because I know this show is ending. So feel free to check out The Crew Dallas, which I'm pretty sure is produced by Markel Logan, who is affiliated with Chasing.
Pickens said that it's a combo of a few states, the season of The Circle. So I think it was like The Circle down south. And I think
they remember that.
Did a couple kind of like Batty South. They went to different states in the South, I think. So that's what I was thinking about. Okay. But I see the girl Iron Breast Serenity said that she's never seen The Come Up before. Like, shout out to that, first of all.
I see. Okay. Oh, nope, not it.
Well, keep that pen, because definitely if you move to SCLB, you want to be midtown, downtown.
Yeah.
Definitely make sure there is a parking garage that has recorded, like cameras. It's recorded, so that something does happen to your car. Luckily, when Damon and I went, like somebody got their car broken too. Thank God they did not break.
And baby, we almost got cleared in the parking lot.
We did,
because it was drag racing.
I was
like, in a parking lot?
Atlanta was a good time. It's just ghetto as fuck. Just be mindful of your surroundings. And then if you do have anything in your car, make sure you don't leave valuables in your car. Like your phone, no jewelry, no credit cards, no money, not even shoes. I mean, people's literally just taking any fucking thing.
Yeah, it also may be worth it to live on the outskirts of the city. I know some people be like, you ain't in Atlanta if you're not here. And it's like, well, I'm commuting. Okay, like y'all ain't like, I'm listen, the city might be too much for me. Like, so but yes, I see this comment. I've never seen The Come Up. Let me watch that. Yeah, The Come Up is pretty good, I'll say. They're younger compared to Chasing. You know, they're about probably like early 20s. But baby, The Come Up New York. Check out The Come Up New York first. Season 1, episode 1. You want to talk about the ghetto? Like
iconic.
But I live for it. Yes, but I live for it. Iconic. Yes. Definitely check that out. Iron Breast Serenity, and let us know what you think. I really wish they would continue the shit we do for love. I actually like that series. Didn't they randomly upload an episode like a couple weeks ago or like a week ago or something?
Yeah, and according to, I think that was like the season finale or something like that.
Yeah, y'all know we live for that show. That's probably some of our most watched, content. But I don't know. It just kind of got like people were trying to produce themselves, and then I don't know if issues started to happen with the production and the cast, and then they they haven't been back. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
But oh yeah, okay. Denise Lux is supporting what I said. They just dropped the episode not too long ago. Oh, okay. She also said that we should review 305 Live or 305 Live, Surviving 305. Is that is
Jamal's show.
Jamal's show. Okay, shout out to Jamal for producing his own content. Maybe we should. I've been thinking about it, but I kind of want to do some like smaller shows, like some shows that have smaller platforms. Because I've been watching The Crew Dallas. I've been watching what's that other show by K Visuals? My Lifestyle, I think it's called. I've been watching that.
Okay.
So yeah, they seem smaller, like in terms of like the length of the show. So maybe we can group some up and start reviewing those type of shows.
There's like different web shows that like it's just on the market. It's always hard or a challenge for us to be like, oh, which show should we review, or which show is like gonna like keep our audience attention. Like if we could review all the shows, like if we had time, like we would definitely sit down and try to review like as many shows as we could. But I think with the way we think, or the way we kind of like to steer the show, is like we want to review content. This is no shade to any content creator, but we kind of review shows that kind of keep you guys interested, or kind of keep you guys engaged. So shows that are kind of like more known or have like a larger following. Or no, we're now kind of getting into shows that have like the smaller following, like The Circle. Shout out to The Circle NYC. And then we did a review for I think it was like On the Rise Houston, and then Damon talked about The Crew Dallas. So it's kind of a challenge for us to find a show to review and then do a live and have people like be interested and engaged. So like
but I mean, we're watching, so they might come through. You never know.
That we encounter a lot. But we should definitely. I wish we could review more shows.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
maybe if we monetize, and when I say monetize, if we was getting like a banner episode, a banner review, oh yeah, we'll be on YouTube all goddamn day, baby.
Oh baby, yes. Yes. Live all the time.
Yes.
But
yes, thank you guys for your suggestions. Like I was just having like it was Damon or Ronald that I do want to check out like more web series and be able to talk about different shows and different personalities, because I feel like all of these shows have like a running theme, like everybody's of color, African American, and they're a part of like, you know, the queer community. So it's
maybe even some scripted content too.
But it's, I don't know, again, no shade. It's kind of like you don't want to review too many shows that kind of have like the same
premise, same
a bunch of gays in the city arguing, because you know, kind of gets repetitive after a while. But it is kind of hard to weave out the shows that have like substance, because that's what we like to review, like actual substance, content, grind, hustle. So just we'll be on the lookout for like more shows to review. It's our schedule with what the shows that we review now. It's like, baby, I just wish you can get like
work. We just have the dolls right now. Shout out to the dolls that's coming.
Yeah, shout out to the dolls. Shout out to the NYC. Shout out to Gemini Films.
Yeah.
But
so we'll make it work. We'll figure something out for sure. But I just wanted to highlight a couple comments and then we can get up out of here. Someone said, don't move to actual Atlanta, move outside of it. It's cheaper and safer. I learned the hard way. That's what I was thinking. Like, move to the outskirts and commute. And then, you know, that way you got the benefits of the city, because you can just go to the city. You can drive into the city. You don't live there, so you're not dealing with the issues that come from that. But, everyone wants to move to the city. I'm a suburban girl. Yes. Honestly, I feel like the older I get, the more suburban I'm like. I won't mind being a suburban person, like, because there's a lot more comfort in being like in the suburbs versus being in the city.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, you're welcome. Yes, good luck to you and your moving journey, of course.
Yeah.
ATL, NYC, or LA. Ooh, child.
Baby, I'm gonna go to LA.
We'll see. I'm going to New York. If I can afford it, I'm going to New York City.
Yeah, I would say LA, baby. Just like beach, the water, and I mean you could be on the water in New York, but baby, ain't nobody trying to go to Coney Beach and get stuck with no damn syringe. No shade. So
baby, you want to talk about syringes? LA, I think LA is becoming worse and worse when it comes to like people that are drug dependent and them not having a space to like be in recovery or anything like that. I think that's becoming like a huge problem in LA. Like I was just talking to somebody about how like LA is like with like meth and like drugs like that. Like it's because people are becoming more and more. It's becoming more and more popular that homeless people that are drug dependent are like roaming the streets and like. I mean, I'm not from LA, never been there. I'm just talking about what I heard, but I know that that's like a thing now. So, but yeah, I guess it could happen anywhere to be honest. But I've heard LA is like, whew, they got a problem with that. But New York is expensive and kind of dirty. No shame. ATL's in the South, so yeah, the rats are coming through. Ooh, it's a rat, bitch. Yes. Ooh, someone said, wait, hold on. Oh, the key. Oh, come on, the chat jumping. I'm trying to highlight comments in this. But let me see. Do y'all watch Real Life Reality? I don't. I used to watch it.
I watched the first
but I might get back into it. Yeah.
The first season was the key.
I know they just dropped it. It was.
First season.
Child. I'm looking forward to the dolls too. Yes. I'm excited. If y'all don't know, we're reviewing
the dolls.
Yes, reviewing the dolls. Produced by Gemini Films. It's an all trans cast, all trans women. So that's gonna be interesting and different. Kind of giving a Bad Girls Club tea because I think they're all in a house together for some reason. But yeah, I'm excited to review it, and it looks polished, it looks nice. So shout out to Gemini Films. Let me see. The Circle NYC was my favorite. It didn't even bother me when NN was on the show. Wait, NN. Ooh, I don't know. But the Circle NYC, great production, but they post episodes once a year. Yeah, they're a little inconsistent, but I do like the production. I do like the vibe of the show. And also The Heights. Is that coming?
I was just about to say that. I missed The Heights.
Yeah, The Heights should come back.
Shout out to Domaine, Marco, Bronson.
Those were some characters. And they knew how to, yes. And they knew how to start beef without it being heavy. Like it was very, trivial stuff. So but yeah, Denise said the cities are getting worse. We in late stage capitalism, so get ready. Yeah. That damn capitalism. Jesus. I am Racer said, can I say y'all my favorite cousins, or did y'all become closer? Oh, can I ask, were y'all always favorite cousins, or did y'all become closer the older you became? Child, I mean, no shade, but Troy is not my favorite cousin. Like, no, I'm just playing. Yes, Troy is my favorite cousin.
Just like that. But no.
Yes, fuck me, fuck you too, bitch.
Honestly, we really didn't. So like growing up, I had a cousin DJ who I was like really close with, and Damon was like really close with our cousin Steve, and then we kind of really didn't start hanging out until maybe like Damon's sophomore year of like high school.
I mean, we used to like. I mean, I used to be over y'all house though. Like growing up, I used to be there. Like
but for the most part, like at least from like the ages of 10 to maybe from the 10 of like 10 to maybe 2021, man was like my ex-boon coon.
Oh yeah, I know that because y'all were like same age, like of
Yeah.
course.
And then,
But
I stopped hanging with him, and then like it's crazy thinking back, like we was Ken Carey before we actually started this damn podcast. Like, baby, we was Ken Carey before Ken Carey was actually birthed and put on YouTube. So
I mean, I think it makes sense because like I said, y'all were the same age. When you were 10, I was like like what, like
toddler.
Yeah. So I wasn't, of course, like we weren't connecting, but I used to like be at your house and like, all of that. But I do think that you were closer with them. But then high school we became really close, and then
we started bonding over Bad Girls Club. That's crazy.
You know what? I do remember you watching Bad Girls Club and me being like, "What show is this? Like, what is this?" But
we started bonding for Bad Girls Club, and then Love and Hip Hop came out, and then it just started a whole reality.
And we both like to eat.
Already started. We had already were watching like Charm School and Flavor of Love, and I Love New York. But yeah, we really started to bond over like Charm School and
I think it's that, but I also think we both like to eat. So we would always go out to eat. Or
we were always eating. Maybe like go get sushi, come back and watch Bad Girls Club. Or we would go get Potbelly, come back and watch Bad Girls Club. Or go get Mexican, come back and watch Bad Girls Club, baby.
Yeah. So that's how we got close. Our little origin story, I guess you could say. Nunu. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah, he's a good producer.
To him, like he does produce really well, and I like the fact that his cast, they don't, unlike some people, they don't really narrate they don't construct their own stories.
Yeah, right. It's just kind of what's going on. But the cast before it became a problem. Oh, he left the cast before it became a problem. Nunu. I thought he still produces The Circle. Huh. I know it's under a different name, like the channel, but I didn't know he wasn't producing it anymore. Yes, Gay Cousins. Yes, I love my Gay Cousins. Yes, nothing like the bond between Gay Cousins. The hype was good, especially for its first season. They brought it, and it was polished.
Like they were working.
Yeah. We're cousins, Spicy Original. We're cousins. Been family forever, I guess. But thank y'all so much for coming through. I gotta highlight this because it's talking about my sign. Sorry. Damon has to be an Earth sign. I think Troy's a Gemini because he be saying whatever. Oh, not you clocking us. Not you clocking us. Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Not you lifting us. Lifting our wig a little bit.
You kind of gave us a Wayne the Pain.
A little Wayne the
Pain down our face, but you lifted the wig a little bit. I am Ray Serenity. But yeah, I'm into I think that's a wind sign. I literally just Googled what my sign was. I think it's wind.
It's not a fire sign, is it?
I don't know. It's not fire. I think it's wind. It's wind. Yeah, I'm
see that.
Yes, May 23rd. My birthday is approaching in less than 4 months from now. So I'll be dropping my Cash App in a link after this is uploaded, and my Amazon wish list, baby.
Don't be surprised if you see some of Kane's stuff on there.
No, we don't support a colorist and an abuser.
I know. Right. Something similar, but not his, because we're not giving him no money. But
baby,
something inspired by his stuff. But, okay. So Magic User went to clarify. He just produces the show. He's not a cast member anymore. Okay, yeah, I get that. Because he did used to be on the show. I forgot all about that.
Okay.
But yes, we love you right back. Thank y'all for being here. We appreciate the love.
Everybody that came through.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like the show has been kind of draining, but y'all have helped us get through it, and we can't wait to get through some other shit with y'all. Key on some other shit. Charles said, I only have straight cousins. I got them to say, like, no shade. I'm gagging. It's no tea, bitch. Even though they don't speak like that, child, you might get put them in trouble, baby. They say that around somebody, they gonna be like, you family? What's
baby,
up?
Because if I hear a straight man say, I'm gagging, you what? Are you gaping? What's got you gagging?
Are you gaping though? Are you gaping? That is so funny. What's up, Calvin? Thank you for being here.
Yes, Bad Boys Club season 7, Gemini Films. Yes. What city were y'all in? Was that Boston?
Boston.
It was Boston.
Yeah.
Shout to that. Yes, thanks for being here.
Been in B-more. That would have been a whole different situation.
Thank God that wasn't in Baltimore.
Yes.
It wasn't in Baltimore.
He said, yes, Troy, you better ask for $1 million. Hashtag Berlin. He said, how much you want? You know what that thing was kind of giving? Remember on Friday, the original Friday, the movie when Craig called his girl, I forgot her name. Yeah. She was like, nigga, how much you need?
I do remember that. And then our girl came like, Craig, that's your VCR. Friday's the key, but yeah.
Yes, that's what it was giving. But yes. Yeah, I hope to do a meet and greet one day. It's so big to do a meet and greet. Like
that would be dope.
That would be nice.
That would be cute to kind of set up for like something in the next year. That would be a key if we set it up and only like 5 people showed up. But we would love y'all to pieces anyway.
We would still live. Yes, we would still live. Anybody that came, I would be happy. Yeah. Anybody that came through, I would be happy. But,
oh my gosh.
But yes.
Should we wrap it up?
Yes, we should. I'm sorry. Yeah, the comments just keep coming through. But yes, could have lasted day in the DMV without being touched. My goodness.
Baby.
Oh, a hard life. But yes, this has been our last review of the come up child. We've been on live for too long. Chasing Atlanta, Chasing Forever. Again, shout out to Andario and Jamar for putting this season together. Shout out to everybody that came through and been keen with us on this live, and we appreciate y'all. This has been Key and Carry, where we key
and we carry.
I'm Damon.
I'm Troy.
And we will see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Have a good weekend, everybody. Stay safe.
Be safe and warm.